Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Game 3 of the World Series might have been the wildest one ever. While most on the East Coast were asleep, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays played an 18-inning classic that ended with the Freddie Freeman walk-off home run to finally end the game 6-5. The Dodgers are up 2-1 in the series. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on a 3-game winning streak after beating the Detroit Pistons last night, 116-95. Cavs star guard Donovan Mitchell had a game-high 35 points in just 29 minutes in the win. The Cavs will play in Boston tomorrow night at 7. And finally, the Columbus Crew lost to FC Cincinnati 1-0 to start their playoff series last night. Game 2 is in Columbus Sunday night at 6:30. This update was sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Good morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wake up! Stop this one! Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Does it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Good morning, go to hell. What's up? I'm T-Bone. He is Tyvis. Hello, Tyvis. Good morning.
Good morning. How you feeling this morning?
I am feeling great. We have got a packed show for you today. We've got Sonic Temple tickets to give away at 6:30, Morning Wood at 6:45. We have got Talking Jackets. Jean-Luc Grandpierre, the hyphenator, will join us at 7:17. 8:30, we'll talk to Bill Rabinowitz, author of a new book, Buckeye Brotherhood, about the championship run last year. A lot of good details in that book, so a lot of that stuff going on. Plus, we've got NFL investigations, Monday Night Football last night. We have got some OSU thoughts that I'm going to throw at you about this Penn State game coming up. We'll get into some discussion about that. Coaching rumors involving OSU assistants possibly taking big-time jobs. Michigan admitted they cheat. That was fun. So we got all that to get into this morning, Tyvis. Lots of things to get into. But the first thing we have to talk about is this.
11:50 in Los Angeles. Foreman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the catch. Towards Freddie Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word on a Game 3 classic.
You heard it in the update. Dylan brought this up. Dodgers win in walk-off fashion. Freddie Freeman, who's 1,000,000 years old but still getting the job done.
18 innings.
They played 18 innings, 609 pitches in this game, 6 hours and 39 minutes, tied for the longest World Series game ever.
11:59 in L.A.
Yeah, it was late.
So that's
It was 11:50.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's 2:50 to us.
You know what's very interesting? By the way,
I was about to get up and come to work.
Let me tell you, because I usually get up around like 3 to 3:30, depending on what time I go to bed. But for whatever reason, I got to bed a little early last night. And so I get up this morning and I didn't wake up to the alarm. I just woke up at like 2:30 and I go, I got like half an hour.
Don't you just hate that?
Yeah, where I'm like, this is wasted. This is BS. I should be asleep.
I did that this morning. I had 10 minutes until my alarm went off. I went back to sleep.
I hate it. So I laid there for like 5 minutes in the dark trying to, go back to bed. Realized that was futile and decided, all right, let me grab the first thing I do. What do I do in the mornings? I grab my phone, check any bets that I had last night to see how they did. Because I too am a degenerate gambler, just like Dylan. Like Tyvis would be if he was allowed to be.
Sad. You bet on the Monday Night Football game?
No, I actually bet VJ Edgecombe for the Sixers, my guy, rookie.
Did he hit?
Total points, assists, and rebounds. Oh, yeah. He's money. It was like 29.5. And he went for he had like 26 and 5 and 7 or something. He's good. It was Tyrese Maxey had 40. But anyway, no one cares 43. About all that. Here's the thing. So I open up my app to check scores, just all the scores. And I'm like, what happened in Monday Night Football? And then I scroll down to where the baseball is, and it says Dodgers Blue Jays 5-5, 18. And I'm like, it's not. And it said live. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. There's no way this is. I woke up for today. I went to bed last night completely unaware this game was going to be going that late. Six and a half hours later, it started before I went to bed, so that game lasted longer than my sleep. But I didn't watch any of it. I flipped on Monday Night Football and went to bed and watched just barely a little bit of that. Thought I'd catch up on it this morning. Instead, I wake up and see that game's live. So I ended up watching the end of this game because I got up a little early and I watched the last 20 minutes of it because I just happened to run into one like that.
Better than me. It's always Freddie Freeman. Didn't Freddie Freeman hit the walk-off last year?
Yeah, game 1 against the Yankees.
Was that the one where they were down to their final out and he hit the grand slam?
Yep.
Yeah, right.
It was what was it? Kirk Gibson's? Or who?
It was Kirk Gibson-esque.
Yeah. It was like he hit it in the same spot, and the caller, the person on the call said it the exact same way the person in the call said it back then. It was
just like
perfect.
Kirk Gibson, he was old, so there was that.
So Tyvis, I wrote my SportsCenter update last night, and then Tebow came in here and he was like, "Did you hear about what happened to the World Series last night?" And I was like, "I'm gonna be honest, I forgot the baseball existed, and I don't even have it written in my update." He was like, "You probably should."
Yeah, I'm about to
put
say
that in there. I was like, "Thanks for making me aware."
You know what you should have did? You should have waited until and told him that at 5:58.
Oh, I know. I should have just.
So I could have seen him in there do it live.
In this game, by the way, Shohei Ohtani reached base. I think it was 7 times. So he
had
some
2
ridiculous
homers,
number.
I know that.
Yeah, he had 2 home runs. I think he had 2 doubles, and then he was intentionally walked 4 times. He must have reached base some other time too. I feel like it was 9 times he reached base.
I feel like that's got to be one of the greatest. Well, I wouldn't say it's probably annoying for him, but that's a lot of respect. That somebody I'm not even about to pitch to you.
Especially
imagine Barry Bonds just sitting up there, just knowing I don't really need to warm up for this because they're going to walk me anyway.
Well, imagine, though, that has to – you're right, because mentally that has to be a thing for you where it's there's no way they're going to pitch to me, and then it's ball 1. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Let me
where's the chat? Let me lock you in.
Yeah, exactly right. Chet Holmgren says.
All right, let me lock in.
But, yeah, honestly, now with the way baseball is where you just hold up the 4 fingers and it's just get out of here. Don't even stand in the batter's box. So you have to mentally prepare you're going to stand in there, and then it's no, go to first. So if you ever do that where it's no, we want to pitch to him, do it at your own peril, because obviously we know how good he is. But yeah, he apparently he reached base 9 times in this game. The only other times that's happened in Major League history, Stan Hack did it in 1942, Johnny Burnett did it in 1932, and Fluff McGilly did it in 1922. One of those 3 names is not real. So good luck with that. I think you can tell which one it was.
Fluff McGilly.
It was actually Max Carey in 1922, but who cares? So, yeah, there you go. Big game in baseball last night. World Series. Dodgers take a 2-1 lead there, much to the chagrin of, obviously, the Jays fans. But hell of a game either way. So, yeah, if you didn't stay up late for that one, I don't blame you. But,
I'm about to say, people got to go to work.
Well, that's why I'm giving you the info, because I figure most of you who are listening now probably weren't up for that, and that's okay. You shouldn't have been. But I happened to catch the end of it, and it was a crazy finish there. Chiefs beat the Commanders 28-7. Travis Kelce, good night, 6 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown. He kind of looked like old Travis Kelce. The Commanders looked like just injured and old and bad and not good. But what are you going to do? Chiefs have now moved to 5-3. Commanders are 3-5. Don't count the Chiefs out.
The Commanders is really falling on their face. They're
a mash unit.
Yeah, they are. I mean, Marcus Mariota was starting, if you didn't know that. Obviously, Jaden Daniels still out. So
the question we had on the pregame show for the Browns was who was going to make it between Dallas and the Commanders. And I said the Commanders. But to be honest with you, neither one of them going to make it. Neither one of them.
No.
The Dallas or the Commanders ain't going to make the playoffs this year. That's a shame.
Now with that defense Dallas trotted out there against the Broncos, Broncos carved them up this week.
By the way, you mentioned Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
He's a cold white boy, CWB.
Yes.
Certified.
I'll tell you what, Taylor Swift thinks that anyway. I don't know. I found out my wife's not a fan of his. She's does. I don't know. She's I don't like that they're together. She told me that the other day, and I said, what does it matter? Who cares? And she's
That's
like, no,
what
I care.
be saying.
She's like, no, I care because I don't
cares?
think he's right for her. And I'm just like, well, they have more info on it than we do, honey. I'm going to say let them live. They seem to know each other pretty well. They like each other. What do I care? But yeah, that's yeah. So apparently he sucks, according to my wife. But he doesn't suck when it comes to playing football. By the way, him and Pat Mahomes, I'm just stat guy today. I have all these stats. Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, just the third quarterback tight end duo in NFL history to record 75 touchdown catches between the two of them, including the playoffs. They did that last night. They got to that number. They joined. You want to take a guess at which other two quarterback tight end duos have more than 75 touchdown passes to each other?
Pat Brady and Gronkowski.
That is one of them. That's very good. The other one is
Montana and Clark.
No, good guess. Younger than those guys.
Younger than those.
I would say similar
Rivers
age.
and Gates.
Boom.
Yes.
You nailed it.
Come on
Yes.
now. Come on. I know ball.
Brady and Gronk combined for 105 touchdowns. Rivers and Gates combined for 90. So now you know.
Speaking of stats, I'm pretty sure I saw this yesterday. Mahomes threw for 299 and Travis Kelce had 99. If I'm the statistician, give him a yard.
Yeah, right.
300, 100. I mean,
that's disingenuous.
Yeah,
Well,
and
it's
with
also-
the gambling stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to say you can't do that. You
You're
going
right.
down.
I withdraw what I just said.
Mike Florio would be like up your ass so quick on that, where it's like, did you see what he did with the Ravens, where Lamar Jackson is like, I practiced with the scout team. That means he's like active or no, sorry, not.
see
Never
what
mind.
they,
and now it's like a full blown FBI investigation because Florio's all up over it. If you did that for 1 yard, he would come and murder you in your house.
They did the when they went back, Michael Jordan season where he averaged all them steals. They like went back and watched the tape and said that whoever that statistician was like inflated his numbers.
Yeah, because everyone was obsessed with Michael Jordan.
Yeah, they said that when
That
they
does
went
not
back and
surprise
watched
me.
the tape, he did not have that many steals.
Yeah, that's probably the year he won Defensive Player of the Year, too, and he didn't deserve it.
Well, I
mean,
know
he
somebody who did, and shout out to Giannis. He definitely won it fair and
Giannis
square.
listen. Giannis is just keeping things warm for VJ Edgecombe. When he comes for you, you better watch out. That's my guy.
Edgecombe definitely is. He's having
Solid.
a better start to his
Solid.
career.
I like him.
than Giannis.
All right, so the Crew lost yesterday, 1-0 to FC Cincinnati. I'm bummed about it. Short story on that is they have no scoring. They have no goals. They can't score goals. They haven't been able to score goals. Maybe you trade away Cucho Hernandez at the beginning of the year. That might have done it. But anyway, they had a whole year to figure it out. They haven't. They're all hurt.
Is 1-0 proper? I said nil in my update and said it with my pinky out.
You can say either one.
I was like,
people think
yes,
it's like
I'm
in
fancy.
soccer. It's like you can say 1-0. How would you say if a hockey game was 3-0? You'd say 3-0, 3-0,
But
whatever.
you would not say 3-0. But in soccer, you would.
The only reason they say nil is because that's what the British say.
Okay.
They also, you know what else they say? They don't say the letter Z. They say the letter Z. That's like if you're doing the alphabet, they go X, Y, Z. We say X, Y, Z. So if you want to be like the British, you could say nil. You could say Z.
I'm going to start saying Z now that I know that.
Or you could just say whatever you feel like saying.
Too fancy for me.
Sunday at LDC, the Crew have to win, otherwise they're out of the playoffs. And it's again against FC Cincinnati. So Hell is Real Part 2 this Sunday at the LDC. Brian Hartline apparently getting a lot of buzz for one of the huge college football jobs. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Tuesday morning. Still looking pretty green on our time saver traffic map, but I will say for folks in New Albany, you're heading out the door nice and early. You can see some traffic slowly starting to build on 161 in that eastbound direction. Right out Beach Road, especially on 62 eastbound. Looking at some slower conditions out there once you're passing Smiths Mill Road this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Victor's Home Solutions. Schedule your free 21-point roof and window inspection today at victors.com.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Newman Roofing, as part of its 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to recognize individuals who go above and beyond to make a difference for people of all abilities. This week, we honor Alex Osuji. Alex has made an impact by volunteering for the Buddy Walk dance team and is a member of his church's hospitality team. During this Down Syndrome Awareness Month, Newman Roofing is proud to join forces with 10 TV and The Fan in celebrating our ongoing commitment to the community.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
Columbus, the Blue Jackets schedule is out. And you can lock in your seats with ticket plans starting at just 11 games. Don't miss a moment of the action. Visit BlueJackets.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here. Thanksgiving, as we know, is right around the corner. And what better way to say thank you than $500 off to a thinner, healthier you? Now through Thanksgiving, Awaken 180 is giving our great listeners $500 off your program. Visit them online at awaken180weightloss.com.
For 48 straight years, Ford F-Series have been the best-selling trucks in America. We got here by engineering breakthrough technology, redefining Built Ford Tough, and never settling for second best. But what's really made Ford F-Series the #1 selling trucks in America is you. Ford F-Series, Built Ford Tough. Based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Flexible, secure, fun. Oh, and great pay, too. Are you not sure what you want to do for a career? Or are you thinking of changing careers? Being a dental hygienist or dental assistant may be the perfect fit for you and provides all of these perks, plus more. Talk with a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org to learn more. Become a valuable member of the dental team and start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Do you have foot pain? Foot pain is not normal regardless of your age or job. Podiatric physicians are the most qualified doctors to care for your feet and can provide important foot care solutions or shoe inserts to better manage foot pain. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and are dedicated to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care. We've been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Bishop and Friends.
I don't know how many times I have to tell you.
I know. You're going to tell me it's like you're my wife.
You're like my kid.
You're like my wife, and I'm not going to
like
listen
my kid.
to you. I'm just telling you.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Seller.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Partly cloudy skies to start with wake-up temperatures on the chilly side in the 30s, but this afternoon we warm up into the low 60s with plenty of sunshine. For tonight, partly cloudy overnight with lows in the 40s, and then another dry and sunny day on Tuesday with a high around 60 degrees. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Catch the latest from the world of Ohio State athletics. Weeknights at 6 on the Buckeye Show. New special guests in everything scarlet and gray. The Fan. Tyvis has a bum wrist from playing football. Bone has a bum wrist from opening the heavy doors at Sheets. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, T-Bone, I forgot to come in here and tell you this story. So
Okay.
I need a little advice. Dylan, you and T-Bone are sane people. And this would be like therapy. I got to tell y'all what's going on in my life. This is therapy for me. So,
okay,
as you guys know that I do the Cleveland Browns pregame and postgame. So working for the Cleveland Browns, when you work in the radio part, they don't do direct deposit. Okay.
Right.
So this is old school. You get the check in the mail, right? Okay.
You get the check in the mail, and then you go and you go to the bank, you cash it.
Cash the check, all very old school, right?
Gotcha.
Which I have no problem with that. Okay, I'd rather it be direct deposit, but whatever. This is the only job that I have to deal with this, okay?
Okay.
Well, as you know, that the government is shut down right now.
I have heard some talk about that.
Yeah. So,
in the news.
So what I didn't realize is that it affects the mail.
Well, I mean, that's a government agency.
But I didn't realize, I didn't put this together. So I'm asking the Browns, like, my check usually come around the 15th of every month.
Okay.
So, and we talking about some nice coin here. This ain't no chump change. We talking, this ain't a couple $100. This is some coin.
Uh-huh. Sure.
So I'm sitting there. I'm like, man, I'm like, what's today's day? So I'm checking the date, and it's like, this was last week. I realized it was like the 22nd.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, they like a week late. This is, let me call my boss. What's going on with my check? He said, well, I talked to them, and they said the check's been mailed out. They said because the government shut down, blah, 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 blah.
So the mail's, I mean, because I'm getting mail at the house. Like,
I get mail too, but
it's like
it's not
as many
the
people.
mail.
It's not as many people.
I'm getting the mail, but it ain't. I could care less about that. It's bills and stuff. Throw them out. I don't care about that. I want that orange helmet. That's what I want. I want that piece of mail with that orange helmet on it, right?
Yeah.
So after I called my boss and he said, yeah, they said that the government shut down, so it's going to take a while, blah, blah, blah. Okay. The very next day, T-Bone, I got, my wife got the thing where it previews what's coming in the mail that day. And there it is.
Yes.
The orange helmet.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, this the 23rd.
Yes.
I say, let's go. 23rd come. I go check the mail. It's not in there.
Uh-oh.
So I say, you know what? This is little boo boo.
Maybe it just didn't get on the truck that day.
Yeah, it might take another day.
Yeah.
Next day, next day was Friday. Go check the mail. Not in there. Go check it Saturday. Not in there. Check it yesterday. Not in there. I said, you know what I'm about to do? I'm about to go up to USPS and figure some stuff out. So I call them, and they gonna tell me sometimes it takes 2 to 3 weeks. T-Bone, I think I'm going up there. And I'm about to go.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell Fish, if you listening, I might not be in tomorrow. I'm gonna just tell you that now. I might go up there today, and you might not hear from me tomorrow. We talking some money here. I need that.
I mean, I totally understand when you have, like, I wait on like an Amazon package with bated breath if it's like, oh man, this is about to be here and it's not there on the same day.
Yeah.
That's me paying someone money and then I'm just getting a stupid thing in return. You're waiting on money.
T-Bone.
And
then the sick thing is, I can see on the mail, as you can see right there on the mail, it was distributed on October 17th. So that means it's been in the mail for, what's today? 11 days.
Yeah.
And this ain't like I'm living in, this coming from California. It's 2 hours up the road. I can't get this mail from 2 hours up the road.
Like your next one comes presumably November 15th.
Well,
or
my next one, I'm going straight. I'm not.
I was going to say,
I'm not doing this. Give me the. I will stop by. I will stop by and pick my check up.
I want you to walk into Berea and be like, yo, Jimmy, what's up? Like, where's my money? And just like go in there.
I'm about to ask them,
to
can they void the check and just write me a new one on the spot? Like,
yeah, that'd be great.
I'd be like, this is ridiculous.
Yes, I think you should go into Jimmy Haslam's office.
But I gotta go. You know what the crazy thing is? I gotta go up there today.
Yeah. Go see J.W. Marriott or whatever his name is. That idiot. Go talk to him. Maybe
and
he
as
can
the
get you a
great
check.
philosopher Rihanna said, bleep better have my money.
That's right. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you right now. As a great philosopher said, Big Worm, playing with my money is like playing with my emotions. That's what's going on.
That's right. Yeah. Or as Steve Miller Band said, ooh, take the money and run. That's what they said. I don't know if that applies.
The male people that took my check and out there counting money, eating chicken wings.
Right. There you go. Speaking of getting a check, Brian Hartline obviously gets a pretty good one as the offensive coordinator for The Ohio State University. However, he has been mentioned as a coaching candidate in years past for head coaching jobs. Famously, last year, he was apparently interviewed for the West Virginia job. I'm going to say if he was interested in the West Virginia job, he'd be interested in the one that's little further down the road from West Virginia, that would be the one in State College. Supposedly, according to internet reports yesterday, Brian Hartline is the big interest for the brass at Penn State. He's the one they are targeting. Now, is that because they think they can't get Lane Kiffin? Maybe. Is that because there's a lot of these jobs open and they want to identify their guy first? Maybe, but
I mean, he would he be a home run hire for Penn State? I think so, for the simple fact that he's the best recruiter in the game. That's what you need right now. You need somebody that can salvage their recruiting class and then potentially bring more people to come into that class. He's an offensive-minded guy. He's a young guy, so he relates more to what the players already there is, and all his players really love him. So, like, that's – and he's coming from a program where he's learned under Urban. He's learned under Ryan Day. Like, he knows what a solid foundation of a program supposed to look like because he's been a part of it. So I think that wouldn't be a bad hire for Penn State at all. Now, sadly, we miss him for sure. So we don't want him to go because of how great that wide receiver room is. But I wouldn't be mad at Penn State for going after the guy at all.
No,
that makes a lot of sense to me.
And I wouldn't be mad at him as much as I'm with you. I wouldn't want to see him leave. I wouldn't be mad at him. It's Penn State. You're an offensive coordinator, granted at The Ohio State University, which is fantastic, and he played here and all that stuff, but the only place you can go up at Ohio State is to take over the job that Ryan Day has right now. And unless Brian Hartline has some knowledge that none of us do, that Ryan Day in the next 3 to 5 years is going to be vacating that spot, that's not, I could understand him saying, I want to be a head coach someday. I could understand him saying, I want to take my shot. Yeah. So, yeah, if he's truly a candidate, which it wouldn't surprise me if he is, because Penn State, they definitely want to get the recruiting to where it needs to be. They want to keep it where it was. It was pretty good under James Franklin. They want to keep it there. Obviously, Brian Hartline knows how to recruit, so that ain't going to be an issue. Now, he's never been a head coach thing, all that stuff, but like we talked about before, Ryan Day wasn't a head coach. Every head coach. Urban Meyer wasn't a head coach until he was. So you have to get an opportunity somewhere. The difference is guys like Urban Meyer had their first head coaching jobs at Bowling Green and then Utah before they got to Florida and Ohio State. Brian Hartline jumping into one of the biggest jobs in the country, I could see that being possibly a risky move for Penn State, but the name of the game is recruiting and fundraising. If you can do that part of it, you can hire staffers who can help you with every other part of it, right? With the he's not going to coach up a defense necessarily, but I'm sure he can identify guys who can.
He's familiar with someone that's the DC.
That's what I was about to say. What if he took that job? Does Jim Knowles stay the DC? That's the question that I want.
I don't know how those two got along. Maybe
I don't either.
Well, look, when you hire Jim Knowles, you have to give it 17 years for the defense to finally pick up what you're doing. So
yeah, that's true too.
There's that part of it. Maybe you don't want to just jump and get out of that plan that you've already had.
I hope it doesn't happen. If he did get a head coaching job, I'd rather it not be in the Big Ten. But I also I'm not naive to think I don't think he thought to himself, I just want to be a wide receiver coach or an OC. I feel like everybody wants to run their own program to see how they could be, and I think he'd do a really good job. I really do. So if it does happen, it'll make the Penn State game even more interesting every year. I tell you that. It'll make recruiting battles even more interesting.
There's that aspect. Also, this part of it, too. Regardless of if this one happens or not, Brian Hartline, as long as he is here being the offensive coordinator, you're going to have this every year. And if the calendar goes like it did this year, even if he doesn't take a job this offseason, you're going to have these questions asked in October and November, not December and January. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to have to learn. Ryan Day's going to have to deal with his assistants having these questions asked earlier and earlier because of how early these schools are firing coaches.
It's a good thing because, for a lot of Ryan Day's tenure here at the head coach, there wasn't coaches being plucked off this staff. It was, I think I can only remember Kevin Wilson maybe? I think maybe the only one for a while. And then I think he went to Tulane or something?
That sounds right. Tulsa, yeah. It was Tulsa, and that didn't work out.
And then outside of that, there really wasn't a lot of people that was really getting plucked off the staff. So it just tells you that he's running a successful program. People want what you got. And I think that for a guy like Brian Hartline, the reason why I can see him doing that is because every year that he's here as the OC, the question is always going to be, is it him or is it Ryan Day?
Sure.
And it would be like, well, he would have to get from up under Ryan Day to really find out if it's him or not. So, I can understand why that curiosity would spark him and why he would want to be a head coach.
Michigan finally admits to stealing signs. I've got that information for you and Sonic Temple tickets in 2 minutes. Stick around. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, checking in on our drivers in Hilliard this morning, we are still seeing a closure in your area. It's happening on 70, that eastbound ramp closed right now to Hilliard Rome Road. It's actually been closed since October 12th. It should be reopening, though, by November 1st. So just in the meantime, we want to continue giving you this detour. Take 70 eastbound to 270 northbound, then go 70 westbound in that direction, then back around, and that takes you eventually to Hilliard Rome Road, both northbound and southbound. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by Green & Sons. Family owned and operated for over 45 years. Green & Sons will help you find your next Kubota tractor. Located in Mount Sterling and north of Marysville. And online at greenandsons.com.
Get your furnace fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling. 1-800-COOLING.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
This is Corey Sickles with Safe Harbor Wealth Advisors. Get a complimentary second opinion to see if your portfolio is properly designed to achieve your goals before it's too late. Visit safeharboroh.com to schedule a complimentary meeting. safeharboroh.com.
Around here, it's all or nothing. And Toyota's got more all-wheel drive choices than anybody. Now through November 3rd, get 4.75 APR financing on remaining new 25 Corolla gas models. Excludes GR and Corolla Cross. Or lease a gas-powered 26 Corolla LE for $209 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis played in some of the biggest stadiums in the world. T-Bone has eaten some of the biggest pizzas in the world. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
All right, stop what you're doing. I have Sonic Temple tickets for you. You can win 2 weekend passes to Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival. The fest begins Thursday, May 14th, runs through Sunday, May 17th at historic Crew Stadium. My Chemical Romance, MCR, going to be headlining, as is Bring Me the Horizon, Tyvis' favorite band. Loves a good Horizon. Loves a good, either way. Sun up, sundown, he loves them all. Anyway, those are the headliners, but there are over 100 bands that are getting announced today at noon. So you can find out the full lineup, sonictemplefestival.com, and get your tickets now. But here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give Tyvis 2 bands. One of them is playing at Sonic Temple. One of them is a band that I either made up or at least that, as far as I know of, is not a band. Now, you guess which one is right. 614-821-9710. You guess the right one, you get the Sonic Temple tickets.
What am I, 3-1, 4-1, 3-1?
Yeah, I think you've nailed all of them but one, I believe.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Behemoth or Gigantor. One of them is a real Sonic Temple band. One of them is a band I made up. Behemoth or Gigantor? Behemoth?
Yes.
Or Gigantor?
I'm going to go with...
Was that your guess and I didn't realize it? Or were you just throwing out words so that I'll go, ooh, or no? What's your guess?
Let's go Behemoth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
I told you I'm a metalhead. Put me in the mosh pit, baby.
Wall of death for Tyvis.
Yeah. Now, I want you to look up Behemoth. I want you to go look up their vibe and see if that's a vibe that you're down with, because they are interesting.
Here we go.
They go to.
Oh no! Oh no! This looked like something off of a horror game I played, like one of them scary games I played when I was a kid.
Yeah, they're big into like priest imagery.
Yeah. Oh no!
Like painted bodies, all white with like black.
If I seen these people, I'd cross the street.
Sure, understandable. Yeah, they're like a death metal priest is kind of what I would say. Like they look like. So anyway, they've been around. They're from Poland. They've been around since 1991. Would you believe that? That band that you're looking at?
91?
Yeah, they've been banging for a long time. This is a very old band.
This is scary.
That's the idea. That's the goal. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a no for me, though.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
You picked them, so you got it right. So good for you. Good luck if you want the Sonic Temple tickets. Like I said, noon, the update comes out of all the bands that are going to be there. I'm actually looking forward to that because I can't. There are a few bands that I'm hoping. I haven't seen them announced. I'm hoping will get announced. And
you check Behemoth out?
I'd go see them if they're not. See, the thing is with music festivals, there's conflicts, right? Because Behemoth might be playing at 2:30 or 7 p.m. or whatever time on one stage, and at 7:45 on another stage, there's another band I also want to see. And so then it's like, well, which there because I think they have 5 stages this year of music. So you walk in between the different stages to see different bands.
And they be moshing at this.
Probably. Well, I don't know about Behemoth, but yeah, they could be.
Not Behemoth, but I'm saying like at Sonic Temple, there's mosh pits.
There's mosh pits.
Will it be a wall of death?
I hope so. Plenty of them.
He said, I hope
I'll be in it. I can't wait. You're going to go with me. So Michigan has admitted to stealing signs. I saw this yesterday. So Michigan and Sharon Moore.
First step of recovery, admitting it.
Well, what happened right after the NCAA punishments came down? Like any time when there's a guilty verdict levied, even though I know those punishments sucked from the NCAA, they technically said, yeah, Michigan did this stuff, but we can't really punish it that much, or we're not going to punish it that much because we're the NCAA and we're weak. But they did say Michigan did this stuff with Connor Stallions. Connor Stallions got himself a show cause penalty, did he not? Right?
Yes.
Okay. I think Sharon Moore did too, didn't he? For a year? I feel like Sharon Moore has a show cause penalty. Maybe I'm making that up. But he can't, like, if he wants to go to another job, the school would have to say, here's why we have to hire him as opposed to someone else. But he can just stay at Michigan and coach. Am I wrong on that, Dylan? Did he get a show cause?
Yeah, he has an 8-year show cause.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
So, all right. So keep that in mind.
Which basically makes it so other teams don't want to hire him, but he's fine at Michigan.
He can stay at Michigan only once, which make that make sense. But anyway, so that right after that came out, they appealed and said, this is ludicrous. This is wrong. This is based on some ill-informed definitions of the statutes and whatever. Well, about a month ago, both Michigan and Sharon Moore very non-publicly, very quietly withdrew their appeals and said, we just accept your ruling and that's that.
Okay.
So you're admitting that there's no way you were going to win that appeal because you cheated and
that's
you know
not
you're
true.
Yes, it is.
I would have looked at it like they just gave this. It is what it is.
By the way, I lied. It's a 2-year, but still.
Okay, either way, he has a show cause penalty for 2 years where if he were to leave, if he got fired today, went to work somewhere else, they would have to go through the same type of things they would have had, like when Tress got his show cause penalty and made him virtually unhireable anywhere else in college football. Even chased him to the NFL. Remember that? The NFL had.
Yeah, they got him in the league.
He was just doing like video analysis work for the Colts, and the NFL was like, hold on a second. You need to show cause still applies here. And it's like, okay, whatever. That was so dumb. But that's where Sharon Moore lives. That's where Michigan is. They have now dropped their appeal. So I say they admit their guilt. They know. They know they're guilty. Guilty as sin.
I mean, I think they just wanted to be done with it and move on. I think that's where.
That's fine. That's a loser mentality is what I would say. Just give up and say, well, we know we can't win.
Dylan, I have a question for you, not related to the team up north. What's your thoughts on Bronny Jr., Bronny James?
What do you mean? What are my thoughts about
it?
Where did this come from?
Son of the king?
Okay, yeah, but like as a basketball player, where are you at?
He needs to be more refined offensively. But defensively,
why are you asking this?
Why am I asking that?
Yeah,
because yesterday he played 20 minutes and he had 0 points, and then it's like this video of him shooting a mid-range jumper getting blocked, and the guy tweeted and said, Bronny James Jr. went out there and proved all the haters right. And I was like,
Here's my question, though. What did they prove right? He was a second-round draft pick. How many second-round draft picks pan out in the NBA?
Nikola Jokic?
And when he...
Draymond Green.
These are a handful of hundreds, if not thousands, of second-round draft picks. And when he goes down to the G League,
the only reason that he gets criticism like this is not. I don't think it's because he got drafted. I don't think that's the case. I think the only reason that he receives criticism is because LeBron James tweeted out a couple of years ago, Bronny's better than all these people I'm watching on League Pass. That was what messed him up.
That didn't help. That's not good. But he's getting this also because of who his dad is.
For sure. I mean, that's a part of it. But that right there, you disrespected so many people in the NBA saying that your son was better than these guys and he can't score points.
Well, to your point, I don't think a lot of NBA players are coming to his defense. No. Right? Like, I think before you might have had some guys who like LeBron, respect LeBron, whatever the case is in the league, who would say, hey, man, it's rough getting into this league. It's rough when you're not playing well. It's not Bronny's fault that he's not, but he is who he is. The Lakers drafted him. I think when LeBron said that, there were probably a lot of guys around the league who were probably like, all right, let him enjoy whatever comes with that. But also, if the Lakers didn't draft him, if like Charlotte had drafted him, I don't think he gets as much of this heat. Do you? Because then at that point,
I think he would
have gotten some heat, but he wouldn't be getting the your dad got you this job heat.
No, he wouldn't get that.
That's what I'm saying. If he was playing for any other team than the Lakers, it would be seen as, well, maybe LeBron James. Now he'd still get some of the you're only drafted because of your name, but it wouldn't be like dad specifically demanded you get the job, and so they drafted you to keep dad happy. None of these other teams have to do that. If one of them had taken him and tried him out as an experiment, it wouldn't be quite the same level of hatred either. I
know what's sad is that everybody yells at LeBron for nepotism, but Giannis do the same thing.
But with his brothers?
No, but I don't think people care as much because it's like, all right, well, do they play? And they play some, but not a ton. Also, I mean, Steph Curry and Seth Curry are both in the league, right?
Well, Seth actually had like a decent career.
Yeah, and he did have it separate from Steph, right? He was just on Steph's team, is what I'm trying to say.
What? Yeah, but did they pick him back up because he got cut?
Yeah, I think that was what they were supposed to do. But here's the bigger problem I have is that, like, just keep this energy when you have guys whose last name begins with the same last name as other dudes
Austin
who you've heard
Rivers
of.
And Doc Rivers.
No, I don't. Oh, yeah, well, yeah, that's true. I guess they did do that. For a second, I thought you were talking about Austin Reeves. I was like,
no.
Austin Rivers.
Austin Reeves went for 41 last night. Y'all better put some. He teetering.
To the point about nepotism, Doc Rivers was a part of doing the contracts when they signed Austin Rivers.
Yeah.
A lot of players on those Clippers teams not happy about how much salary Austin Rivers was getting.
That's absolutely
But regardless,
right.
all the people we've been mentioning during this break.
I'm in the Lucky Sperm Club.
And
That's
let
right.
him live.
Yeah, let him live. You're getting paid. I wish I was. Morning Wood is coming up next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still no problems to report on the roads, but we are seeing more traffic out there. Starting over on the west side, of course, just north of West Jefferson, we have those lane restrictions because of construction. So do be mindful, 70 eastbound, once you're passing 142, looking a little bit busier out there. For folks in New Albany, a similar situation, no construction, just a lot more people on the roads, 161 eastbound by Beach Road and even 62 eastbound, passing Smiths Mill Road, a little bit slower out there. Do be mindful this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic, sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences, tickets, sideline passes, trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register at roosterswings.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
I'm Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of our specialties here at Pella Wilson is getting rid of old, smaller windows with no view and replacing them with huge, beautiful windows that can change the look and feel of your home.
We tried that once, but we cut the hole a bit too big, so we had to put in a garage door instead in their dining room.
Wilson.
Didn't improve the view, but they do have a drive-through now, so you're welcome, Gruball family.
Get the windows that can change the look and feel of your home at PellaColumbus.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Active military or veteran planning your next career move? Columbus State's IT programs prepare you for a high-tech career in Columbus's fastest-growing fields. Our veteran services team will help you maximize your benefits and connect to a supportive campus community. Apply at cscc.edu/IT.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic. Making it happen.
Cancer screening can save your life. Begin cervical screening at age 25. At 45, colorectal and breast screening. At 50, discuss lung screening with the doctor. Find resources for free and low-cost screening at cancer.org/getscreened. This is a public service message from the American Cancer Society.
When it's 6 a.m. and you need a skid steer and you want to talk to an actual person about skid steers, lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. With the largest rental fleet and hardest working equipment experts in Columbus, we can help steer you to the right skid steer at the right price right now. Tracks or wheels, diesel or gas, light, medium, or heavy duty. Plus attachments for loading, grading, digging, drilling, tilling, and trenching. No wonder the Columbus builders building Columbus lean on green. Sunbelt Rentals. Learn more at sunbeltrentals.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, you may be in big trouble with Chip Wood.
Our owner?
Free oil changes along with alignment?
On any 4-tire purchase.
And Goodyear's up to $200 off?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike, but I'm telling.
But the Wood family is behind all this.
Oh, those rascals.
But don't tell the accountants.
Of course not. And what do they do again?
Buy any set of 4 tires at Tire Discounters and get a free alignment and oil change. Make them Goodyear's and save up to $200 more. See store for details.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like chew this gum and it grows new teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today. All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Two men who both know the value of a good hat.
You're bald!
This is Bone and Tyvis.
7:17. We're going to talk to Jean-Luc Grandpierre, Jackets TV analyst, former Jackets player. We will do that. Get ready for their game tonight in Buffalo. Also, coming up at 8:30, we'll talk to Bill Rabinowitz, longtime Buckeye reporter. Now he has also written a book called Buckeye Brotherhood, so we will talk to him about that. It covered the national championship run from last year. You may have heard of it. Worked out pretty well for the Scarlet and Gray. That's all coming up on the show today.
It's good to know where you stand on the important issues. Oh, my. This is Morning Wood.
Hey, producer Dylan Gonzalez, Morning Wood question number 1.
In what order would you rank these head coaching jobs? Florida, LSU, Penn State.
I think I would go LSU 1, Penn State 2, Florida 3. As crazy as that may sound, because I just think that Penn State Penn State, to me, I feel like they're so desperate to get back. And for some odd reason, the North States just have more money.
They
when
do.
it comes to the NIL world.
That's not unreal.
So that's why I'm going with that order.
I'm with you that for as far as prestige, look, the national championships that LSU has won have not been tied to just one coach. Like Florida of late, their national championships came from Urban Meyer, right? But LSU has won national championships with 3 of the last 4 coaches they had, Brian Kelly being the exception. So it stands to reason that if you go there, you're probably going to have a better shot of winning a national championship. But in the world of NIL, I think Penn State is way closer to LSU than Penn State is to Florida. I think LSU just has a slightly more they have a higher pedigree in the SEC. I do still agree with the location. It's easier to get players to stay home.
That's the one there.
That's huge.
The fact that you in Florida and a lot of talent comes from Florida. If you can find a way to keep them to stay and go to Florida, it would make your life easy.
Philly, New York, New Jersey, that area also is flush with talent too. And a lot of those guys are now willing to stay home. But like you said, from an alumni base, from a donor base standpoint, Penn State is not short on cash.
Clearly not. They just gave $50 million and said beat it.
Right. So I would say it's probably LSU 1, Penn State 2, Florida like you had. But I think Penn State and LSU are a lot closer than I think the national media wants to give credit to. Morning with question number 2.
Who would you guess is going to be the head coach of each of those aforementioned schools?
LSU, I would think it would be Lane Kiffin. I mean, I would think. Florida, you know my guess. I'm still going John Gruden.
Okay.
And Penn State, I throw Hartline's name there.
I feel like Hartline.
I feel like it would be a home run for them.
And I feel like they're obviously not. They know how to get an assistant coach from Ohio State to want to take a job, right? I mean, they've done that. Jim Knowles last year, so I don't think that's big of a surprise that he would. That would be an offer, and that he would probably take it if offered. I think Lane is going to one of those. I think he's probably going to LSU. How about this name for Florida? And I haven't heard him talked about as much, but I think he should be.
Urban Meyer.
Yeah. Hey, call him just to double check, but I doubt he wants to do it. If it's not Urban, I would say, how about Eli Drinkwitz at Missouri? I've been high on Missouri. They're one of those teams that wins 10 games and no one cares because they're not a pedigree brand name team in the SEC. But they've been about as good as anybody outside of the top 3 or 4 teams in the SEC with a much harder recruiting pool. Trying to get people to come to Columbia, Missouri from the SEC footprint, not easy. He's done that. He's got transfer portal guys. He's got their defense is really good this year. I think if he goes to Florida, he's an instant winner there, and he's built something at Missouri. Might be tough for him to leave, but I think you see what the limit is at Missouri. They're going to have that same kind of thing that Vandy has right now, where you can get probably to 8, 9, 10 wins here and there, but you're probably not breaking through to win a national championship. You probably need to go to a place like Florida to do that. Eli Drinkwitz, to me, is the guy I would get if they don't get Lane. Go for him next.
I thought Lane Kiffin was a lock to go to LSU, but I was listening to Ruffin and Ice yesterday. They had Ian Fitzsimmons on, and he reminded me that Lane Kiffin still has a crib in Boca Raton from when he coached at Florida Atlantic, and I wonder if he just, wants to go live in his fancy house with his boat.
But also, Boca Raton is not functionally close to Gainesville. If you live in Gainesville and you have a house in Boca, it's still a multi-hour drive to get there. And for a guy like him, it's not a multi-hour drive. It's probably a
hopping on the PJ.
Right. So if he's doing that anyway, you can hop on the PJ from, LSU just as easy. And if the money's going to be there, if it's a better fit for you to go win national championships, that's all he's missing on his resume. He's got to go do that as a head coach. I think LSU's the place to go.
Why not PJ Fleck for Penn State?
You know what?
Row it.
Hey.
Row the boat.
PJ Fleck. I do think he's one of those guys that could absolutely coach him up. The recruiting angle, I mean, he obviously has gotten guys everywhere he's gone, but not to the level that, like I said, Eli Drinkwitz has done in Missouri.
Right.
He's got to show he could do that at a place like Penn State. It obviously helps if you're at Penn State, though. But, yeah, that's a good name, too.
Row the boat.
You know it.
Row it.
The Gophers are back. PJ Fleck and the Fleck Toes.
We would have to change the song.
I was about to say the whole song could get changed.
We'll make it happen. By the way, the NFL is going to investigate one of its teams. Their coach is related to a known cheater, and this could have some legs. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
An early heads up for folks who live in Westerville. We are seeing 2 ramp closures starting tonight. The first one is going to be the 270 westbound ramp to 71 northbound. The other is 270 westbound to 71 in that southbound direction, both of which will be starting tonight, 11 p.m. and lasting till 5 tomorrow morning. As for that detour, take 270 westbound, passing those ramp closures all the way to Sawmill Parkway, passing 23 and 315. Loop back on 270 eastbound that direction. That gets you back to 71, either northbound or southbound. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Dormar, your climate hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the Fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks. Contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Newman Roofing, as part of its 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to recognize individuals who go above and beyond to make a difference for people of all abilities. This week, we honor Alex Osuji. Alex has made an impact by volunteering for the Buddy Walk dance team and is a member of his church's hospitality team. During this Down Syndrome Awareness Month, Newman Roofing is proud to join forces with 10 TV and the Fan in celebrating our ongoing commitment to the community.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you. So why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Do you feel the nip in the air? Oh, baby, people think summer's driving season. They're wrong. You spend more time in your car this time of year, taking your dirty, annoying kids to dirty, annoying things. Go see my friends at Germain Lexus. They have special rates as low as 4.49% on their most popular models, including the 2026 TX350. Lease a 2026 NX for as low as $449 per month. And if new isn't your thing, they have plenty of L certified inventory on the lot. Stop in and see them. Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
I love Right Pack Credit Union because they're solution driven.
I feel valued as a member. They're focused on the latest technology and the personal connections.
Experience benefits that go beyond banking with Right Pack Credit Union. Just ask our actual members.
I definitely recommend Right Pack to all my family and friends as a credit union of choice.
Visit one of our Columbus area Right Pack Credit Union member centers near you. Based on individual members' experiences, results may vary.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards.
products. Insulate your home and save on energy costs. Owens Corning Pink Foamular insulation panels are moisture resistant and can be used anywhere, including walls, attics, and basements. Foamular insulation panels are available in multiple sizes to fit your project. Visit Menards.com to shop all foam board insulation. Plus, check out the weekly flyer for great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and a cool, refreshing mountain dew. So give me my good friends, give me a dew.
Grab some friends and an ice-cold Mountain Dew today.
Mountain Dew. Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Make this your year. Looking for a new career in the high-demand fields of IT and cybersecurity? Attend classes live, online, or on campus. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today.
Financial aid is available to those who qualify. Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Game 3 of the World Series might have been the wildest one ever. While most on the East Coast were asleep, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays played an 18-inning classic that ended with the Freddie Freeman walk-off home run to finally end the game 6-5. The Dodgers are up 2-1 in the series. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on a 3-game winning streak after beating the Detroit Pistons last night, 116-95. Cavs star guard Donovan Mitchell had a game-high 35 points in just 29 minutes in the win. The Cavs will play in Boston tomorrow night at 7. And finally, the Columbus Crew lost to FC Cincinnati 1-0 to start their playoff series last night. Game 2 is in Columbus Sunday night at 6:30. This update was sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
Tyvis is drinking a protein shake for breakfast. T-Bone is eating a protein donut, minus the protein. And it's more than one donut. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Jean-Luc Grandpierre going to talk some Jackets with us coming up 7:17. Bill Rabinowitz, 8:30. We'll talk Buckeyes with him, talk national championship from last year. Obviously, we have lots of thoughts we can get into as well with Brian Hartline, at least being named as a candidate for the Penn State job. But I saw this. Are you aware of the hurricane that's hurtling towards Jamaica right now?
Yes, I am.
Very, very scary stuff. Now, my wife brought this to my attention in part because her name is Melissa. And it is Hurricane Melissa.
Yeah.
So, of course, now I am calling anytime that she gets mad Hurricane Melissa, to which she will love. But, like, the seriousness of this hurricane is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They are saying that, like, the stats, I'm not a hurricane expert, but the statistics on this hurricane as far as, like, the wind speed and the eye of the storm, the cloud size, all the things they measure, they're like, this is reaching the limits of how powerful a hurricane can get in the waters that it's going over. Like the temperature of the water determines, I guess, how intense these storms can get.
Yeah.
Hurricane Melissa is a Category 5 hurricane, and it is like they're saying a historic type of hurricane.
Yeah, it's in Kingston and Montego Bay, I think.
Yeah, it's heading towards Jamaica right now, which is obviously, I know you've got family there, so obviously our thoughts are with anybody that's in the path of this hurricane, and hopefully it dies down and it isn't as powerful by the time it makes landfall. But I saw something, because I know you're not a big fan of, like jumping out of an airplane doesn't necessarily appeal to you, right?
I do it.
But I thought we talked about you'd be nervous about doing it.
No, I didn't say that. That wasn't me.
I mean, I said that I blatantly would not even consider it.
Well, I found a new Daredevil type of thing that I'm not sure. I'm curious.
I said I wouldn't chase no tornado. That's what I said.
The tornado you wouldn't chase. Okay. Because I saw this. Do you know that the National Weather Service, they have hurricane hunter planes that literally fly into these hurricanes? Because
I'm not doing that.
That's how they get the wind speed and the data and some of the stuff about how everything is going with that. They can get that by actually flying through the hurricane. So I saw videos yesterday of these they're giant military planes. They're not like little private jets. They're big aircraft, but they're still subject to all the wind and everything. They flew through the hurricane into the eye of the storm where it's calm. And then this video is surreal because you see what looks like miles of clouds just going in a complete cylinder, and they're just flying around in it. And then they fly back into the wall of it and go back into the actual hurricane to get some more data.
No,
it seems terrifying, right?
Yes.
There was a guy on CNN last night whose name is, I'll make it up. I forget. Here it is. Matthew Capucci. So Matthew Capucci is a journalist. They put him on one of these planes, right? He's an atmospheric scientist. They had him on one of these planes. As he's talking, he's on like the split screen with Aaron Burnett and a few other people. He's in the plane and they're talking to someone else, but you see him go like, oh, hang on a second. And then he grabs a bag and just starts puking live on the air because he's in a hurricane in an airplane. And those guys who fly those planes, they're aircraft pilots. They're military pilots. They've been trained for this. He's just like a meteorologist that they stuck on this airplane. Why are we doing this to this poor man? Don't put him in this dangerous situation. Let him just sit in the studio and say, yeah, it looks like it's bad. Here's some video from the airplane.
That's got to be sad to be yakking on air like that.
He tweeted this video out and said, puking on national TV, I think my television career has peaked. Yeah, I would say so, but I don't know why why are you putting this poor guy through that? Don't do that. We don't need that. We don't need the people on the ground who are there with like the microphones and the ponchos and are like, yeah, it's really bad out here. It's like shrapnel is flying by them. I don't need to see that. You can tell me it's bad. I'll believe you. Tell me the wind speed and I'm good. So the NFL is going to investigate some of its teams. One of them they're investigating is the Ravens. The NFL has said that Lamar Jackson stuff from over the weekend where Friday he participated in practice. They said he was a full participant. He was limited in practice Wednesday and Thursday. Friday, though, he worked with the scout team. And the Ravens designated him as practicing in full participant.
Yes.
Well, according to the CBA, that's illegal because they actually have a rule that says if a guy would normally not be on the scout team, but you put him there because he's recovering from an injury, you cannot list him as a full participant. That indicates that he was participating in his normal role, getting his normal reps with the starters. So if you're someone who's always on the practice squad, that's different. But if they're just putting you on this practice squad scout team because of your injury, they need to put that on the injury report. They didn't. They changed it Saturday retroactively. That, of course, got them in trouble. The NFL is investigating. John Harbaugh claimed he didn't even handle that. He's like, that's up to the guys who do all the trainers. They're the ones who do that. It's like, all right, man. I don't know. But, go figure. A Harbaugh trying to cheat. That's news.
They're going down because, with this gambling stuff and with the fans getting the basket, this is not the time to be messing with them gambling right now. And obviously, that affects lines and things like that. So, yeah, that's a big deal.
Did you see speaking of investigations, I want to call for the NFL to investigate another team that wears purple, and that is the Minnesota Vikings. Did you see this stuff about
Carson Wentz?
Dude, yesterday it got reported. Carson Wentz, he played these last few weeks with a bad shoulder. We knew it was bad, right?
Partially torn labrum is what he got.
Dislocation of his shoulder that, like you said, tore his labrum and fractured the socket that you're your shoulder's like a ball and socket, right?
Yeah.
So the area around that ball that holds your arm in place, that was cracked. Mm-hmm. So every time he moved it, I'm sure it was incredible amounts of pain. Now he had a brace on it, but he got thrown to the ground a ton of times. This happened when they played the Browns in the You remember he left that game
Yeah.
That was when he did this. And he played the rest of that game. He came back in, and then he played 2 more games. This weekend obviously hurt it further. Now it comes out yesterday he has to have surgery to repair this injury.
Season's over.
Yeah. They played this guy knowing J.J. McCarthy was like, my ankle's ouchy. I don't know. But they put a guy out there who has one arm.
Well, one of them is you've invested in as for your future. The other one you're getting rid of at the end of the year.
Okay, but if you know that he's injured, right? Be aware J.J. McCarthy was the third quarterback for last week's game with the Vikings.
Emergency third-string quarterback, meaning
both quarterbacks had to be hurt for him to go into the game.
Okay, that's true. But they decide who gets to be the emergency quarterback. Do you know another rule about emergency quarterbacks? You have to be fully medically cleared to play. So it wasn't like J.J. McCarthy was, oh, gosh, he really can't go on this ankle, but I guess in an emergency we could throw him in. That's what I would think that means. But in an NFL world, if you're designated as the emergency quarterback, where, again, you're not going to play unless the other two guys are hurt, you still have to be medically cleared by the staff. They weren't saying, oh, he's too injured to play. The medical staff would have had to clear him and say, J.J. McCarthy is fully fit to play, healthy enough to go, not risking further injury or any other, it's football, so you're always risking injury, but not like he is not like Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was not medically cleared to play, right? He was not fully cleared to play. That's why he was out for that game. He wasn't an emergency quarterback. J.J. McCarthy was, and yet they still would rather not play him because he's so bad. They would rather put injured Pete/Carson Wentz out there with one arm. I just don't get it.
You know what gets me about this whole thing? Like, you're so mad that the fact that they won't play J.J. McCarthy because you think they believe he stinks.
Because I want to fade him in all draft, in all gambling
You
aspects.
can definitely do that.
I
But
can't wait.
That's not the big takeaway. The big takeaway is they beat the Cleveland Browns with a quarterback that has no arm.
Not everything is about the Browns, Tyvis.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is called coaching malpractice.
Yeah.
What's going on in Cleveland right now?
That's
the fact
very
that
true.
we can't beat a one-armed quarterback. That's karma for the Baker stuff. That got to be what that is.
T-Bone, your man on the Minnesota Vikings, J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah.
The conspiracy theory. Pass me a tinfoil hat.
Hey.
Please pass me a tinfoil hat. Because if you go, actually, cut the music. It's not even a
I was
conspiracy
going to say,
anymore.
how is it a conspiracy theory? How is it a conspiracy theory at this point?
It's not. Because go Google J.J. McCarthy. Everything that comes up is, oh, what does the Carson Wentz injury mean for J.J. McCarthy? Oh, what does the injury backup mean to the quote-unquote starting quarterback on the team?
Yeah.
What a weird rhetoric.
I know.
And so he's the emergency third-string quarterback behind, let me check my notes.
Yeah, name
Max
that guy.
Brosmer.
Oh, the Minnesota guy.
Who
Right.
he?
No one knows. No one cares.
He's a golden gopher.
No one cares.
Is he?
He was.
No, here's
That's
what
probably why he's on the Vikings, just because he went to college down the street. And for some reason, the Vikings would rather have Max Brosmer in the game than J.J. McCarthy.
I'm just saying, the Vikings should be investigated because it's like you're putting Carson Wentz's very fragile career on the line just because you're afraid to play. Because you're afraid to play J.J. McCarthy.
Anyways.
Yeah, but like if he stays healthy and can I'm saying you're putting him out there now. He has to have season-ending surgery, knowing full well he's hurt. They knew that for multiple weeks. J.J. McCarthy was medically cleared to play, and they were like, no, we can't risk him because he sucks so bad. By the way, one other person who should
I'm going to tell you right now, if J.J. comes back and has a game,
that's fine.
You
I
in
don't
trouble.
care. I don't care.
Y'all in trouble.
That's fine. And when Giannis Antetokounmpo goes for 17 and 5, I'm going to just come in here and parade around. I can't wait to rip you
First
for
of
that.
all, there will never come a time where Giannis goes, unless he's like 42, which he probably retired before then.
Maybe.
Giannis is going. He has no choice this season but to go for 30 or better if they have any chance of winning games.
One other quick thing. I think that Kirk Herbstreit also needs to do the thing that I believe he believes in, which is to admit when you're wrong and apologize. Because remember when he called out Carson Wentz and was like, I'm sorry, but you're a leader. You can't show that kind of emotion when Carson Wentz went over the sideline and threw his helmet on the ground, with a busted labrum and a busted shoulder socket, and he's played for 2.5 games like that. And Kirk Herbstreit's like, I don't know, guys. I don't like that. One, Kirk Herbstreit, you've never played at the level that Carson Wentz has played, so shut your mouth about that. Two, this guy was actually hurt more significantly than I think anybody clearly knew. Now that you have that info, fine. You didn't know that when you were calling the game. You should apologize to this man. But I saw yesterday he posted on Twitter and basically said, I'm not apologizing. I didn't even rip him. All I said was,
did he say that?
Yeah, he said, I gave him a lot of credit for playing with the pain. I just said that level of emotion, that outburst, you shouldn't do that. I think it was excusable. I think we could now all say.
I talked the entire game about how impressive it was that he was playing through a lot of pain and mentioned several times how mentally and physically tough he was. All I said was he can't throw his helmet, and it was a bad look. That's it. Doesn't take anything away from all the great things we said about him all night. Just was surprised to see that from him. That's
You know it's a bad look? Kirk Herbstreit's college film. Go watch it and get back to me. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk to John Luke Grandpierre. He does not have bad film. He's great on TV, and we will talk Jackets with him next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and welcome to your Tuesday. We are noticing a couple of traffic alerts out there. Starting in New Albany, our first crash of the morning. It is happening on 161, that eastbound direction, just past 62. And right before Beach Road this morning, do expect some lane closures, looking at some slower traffic, really extending past 62, closer to New Albany Road this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Do you want to walk, play pickleball, and enjoy other fun activities to stay healthy, but you can't because of bad feet? Hi, this is Mike, and the Good Feet store wants to help.
I just had difficulty walking. I tried them on in the store, and my foot felt so much better.
Do you keep buying new shoes and inserts with little or no relief?
I tried all kinds of shoes. It was the arch supports that made the difference from the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet, knees, or back problems get in the way of staying healthy and having fun.
Thanks to the Good Feet store, I'm bowling 3 nights a week.
Get back to doing what you love. At the Good Feet store, we'll personally fit you at high-quality arch supports to maximize your comfort. Stop in the Good Feet store or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
5 words no one wants to hear. You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Fraud in government is a crime, and it robs taxpayer dollars. I'm Ohio Auditor of State Keith Faber, and my job is to catch people that lie, cheat, and steal, report suspicious behavior, and help stop fraud. Learn the red flags, speak up, and protect your tax dollars by calling 1-866-FRAUD-OH.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state. The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network. What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? I don't know. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games Do it now. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Enjoy the weather today. Big changes in the forecast tomorrow. We start off mostly cloudy with wake-up temperatures in the 30s and 40s, turning into a mostly sunny but breezy day with highs in the low 60s. For tonight, mostly clear overnight, and then as we head into Wednesday, increasing clouds throughout the day. And the second half of the day, rain will be likely, and highs will only get into the mid-50s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Question from a listener: do you dopes ever get tired of talking about Ohio State? No. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan. T-Bone and Tyvis present Talking Jackets. Talking Jackets.
There's a score! A turnover by the Islanders and Adam Fantilli. One more time. Puts it in the net.
You look inside the world of the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Sponsored by Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Jackets in Buffalo taking on the Sabres tonight, 6:45. We'll have all the coverage for you right here on The Fan. Joining us now, he is Jackets TV analyst, also former player for your Columbus Blue Jackets, Jean-Luc Grandpierre, the hyphenator, joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Jean-Luc, how is Buffalo today? Are you getting in your Anchor Bar wings? Did you stop and check those out yet?
No wings for me. Now on this trip, I will tell you, Buffalo was chilly yesterday, but listen, it didn't matter. I was stuck inside watching baseball all night long, so it's all good.
Oh, there you go. Watching.
Stayed up watching.
Are you rooting for the Blue Jays?
Yes, it was a rough night for me, but listen, it was definitely an exciting game. But yes, I fell asleep. Maybe it was like midnight, and then I left the TV on. I woke up around 1:30 and watched it till the end. So,
well, thanks for getting up with us.
It was long.
Because see, I woke up like my alarm hadn't gone off yet. I woke up a little early from my alarm, and I checked my app and saw the game was still going on. So I watched the end, but I had already slept the full night. So yeah, for you, I know that's going to be a long day today. So thanks for jumping on with us.
Not a problem.
So Buffalo tonight, looking at this Buffalo Sabres team, obviously, I mean, they have a similar record to the Jackets. This should be a game that the Jackets would have to jump on and say, we want to get 2 points here, right?
Absolutely. This is a team that, there's been a lot of issues here in Buffalo over the last, 14 years, basically, where, they're not really, their crowd is not very happy with this team historically over the last few years, that's for sure. So it's another building. When we talked about last time, if you can get on that team early, the crowd can turn against them very early. So that's always a good thing. So for the Blue Jackets, they know it's a key game. And right now, it seems like the road games are no longer an issue early in the season for this team. And that's another good sign for Blue Jackets fans and for this team. So should not be a problem to find your A game early and hopefully get out of here with 2 points.
It's a weird start time. Obviously, it's a 6:45 start time, and T-Bone was explaining to me that every 15 minutes there's going to be a new game coming on. ESPN's doing this new thing to make sure everybody plays. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it's a cool idea. There's no doubt about it. I think they call it the day of hockey or whatever. So they'll be doing that a few times during the regular season. As a player, it doesn't matter. 6:45, 7 o'clock. It can be maybe an inconvenience for some fans that are so used to the regular time, game start time. But it's also a cool experience, especially if you're a big fan and you just kind of want to browse around. Probably doesn't help the ratings too much for for national, but I guess it's a nice promotion. ESPN's a broadcast partner of the NHL, and it's one of these ideas. And we all know in this world, TV dictates everything with sport, and that's what they want to do. So the NHL obliged, and I think it's a fun thing to talk about. And but obviously as a fan, there's no way you're looking at 16 games tonight because it's impossible.
Jean-Luc Grandpierre joins us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. So I'm, just kind of watching how this team has been playing over the last few games, and obviously they got a result in Pittsburgh. The one at home against the Capitals kind of stung because they were in that thing and then fell apart in the third period. But a guy who got a goal in that Capitals game was Denton Matejchuk, and I know that they have a lot of, I don't want to say faith in him, but a lot of hopes riding on him. That's a guy who, if he takes a major step this year, that helps things out tremendously on the back end of this team. He seems like so far early returns are looking like a guy that they're hoping to see, right? I mean, he is starting to turn that corner a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you look at this guy playing, you would never think this guy doesn't even have 15 games of NHL experience yet. He's a smooth skater. He's not super big, and I wouldn't say he's an explosive skater, but he's such a good skater, and he's so smart with the puck. But for me, the biggest thing when you watch him is he is so calm, extremely calm. I mean, a lot of time you look at a player come in the NHL, especially for a defenseman, and you will see, I don't want to say excitement, but a lot of nervous mistakes that they will make with or without the puck. And you watch him skate, you watch him play, and he looks like, a 5-10-year veteran in the league. So to me, his maturity level is what makes him that good already so far in his career. And then the offensive side of thing is starting to come along, that level of confidence there. Him playing with Zach, knowing when to pick his spots as well offensively, because we all know Zach Werenski is probably I would say top 3-5 defensemen in the league offensively. And now you're paired up with him, and a lot of people would say, I'm just going to stay back and play, just stop the puck and defense. Denton still knows how to pick his spot, so he's extremely smart as well. So, yeah, he's going to have a great future, no doubt.
Through 8 games, what's the one thing you want to see them improve upon? Is it just special teams, or is there some other area you like, all right, I think we need to get better in that area?
Special teams. There's no doubt. For me, the special teams need to improve. And listen, you're going to give goals. It doesn't matter what. But if you look at this team 5-on-5, they've been so good as far as at least outscoring the opposition. But the special teams are not helping right now. And if your penalty kill is elite, and your power play is not that great, it's okay, or vice versa. But right now, they're both, very mediocre, and the power play is not helping them win games or get out of a jam, and you really need that. Any successful team will have good special teams. So for me right now, the power play is the big thing that needs to get going for this team.
One last thing for you. I saw Miles Wood is working back in morning skate yesterday. He was out there trying to, work his way back from that eye injury where he took the stick to the face. I heard him say he thought his eye had come out and that he was looking through one eye and grabbing the other one and asked the trainer, do I have my eye in my hand? That's how violent of an injury that was. But he's already out working back. Do you think there's a chance on this road trip we see him back out there, or at least between these next 2 back-to-backs that he gets out in this next 4 game stretch here?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And listen, it's a scary injury. I talked to Miles as well about it because I had a similar experience before, and I remember. But he said it went completely black, after that hit, and it's like that's all of a sudden you forget about hockey. You're just thinking, crap, I just lost my eye. So it's been, it was a scary moment. There's no doubt about it. But thankfully, the doctors told him that he'll be back at 100%. And unfortunately for him, he also needs to catch up with his cardio, because after that happened, he could not elevate his heart rate to make sure that, the pressure and everything could build out of the eye. So that's the other thing, too, is once his vision returns to 100%, also his condition is going to have to get back up to par. But so far, so good for Miles Wood. And, yeah, I would not be surprised to see him out at least this weekend, correct?
That's good info about the cardio. Yeah, I guess there's unintended consequences to all that you just don't think about. But good stuff, Jean-Luc. Have a great call tonight, and we'll be watching, okay?
All right, guys. Thank you. Bye.
There you go. Jean-Luc Grandpierre on the Brian Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. 2 minutes away, Ohio State finally not going to have a game on Big Noon. Also not a night game, also not a 3:30 game. We'll tell you about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, we are reporting 2 crashes not too far away from each other for folks in southeast Columbus, really just south of Bexley. The first one is going to be that 70 westbound direction, and right at that 33 intersection, a left shoulder currently blocked out there. But again, Not too far away, another crash against 70 westbound just before 33, where center lane is blocked out there. Looking at 9 miles per hour in the single digits, folks, when it comes to travel times this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Newman Roofing, as part of its 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to recognize individuals who go above and beyond to make a difference for people of all abilities. This week, we honor Alex Osuji. Alex has made an impact by volunteering for the Buddy Walk dance team and is a member of his church's hospitality team. During this Down Syndrome Awareness Month, Newman Roofing is proud to join forces with 10 TV and The Fan in celebrating our ongoing commitment to the community.
We're hiring commercial dock and door technicians at Capital Door Solutions in Columbus. Come to our job fair with on-site interviews Tuesday, November 4th, 2 to 6 p.m. No experience necessary. We will train motivated applicants to repair and install commercial doors. Hiring bonus up to $2,500. Health, dental, vision, and 401k. Capital Door Solutions. Apply in person Tuesday, November 4th, 2 to 6 p.m. Capital Door Solutions, 777 Dearborn Park Lane in Columbus.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays, and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Both of these men played sports in high school. Only one of them was good at it. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971, or you can jump on the YouTube chat. Go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right there. Downtown Dad in the chat today. Quentin in there as well. Downtown Dad said, though, I have the same anger for the Jackets. I gave them a pass last year, but I'm done listening to excuses. I don't accept excuses in my house. All right. Yeah, I'm with you.
They just beat the Pens on the road. What are we talking about?
Well, but they lost to the Capitals, and that was kind of a heartbreaker the way they lost that game. Yeah, what I'm saying is, we talked about this before, and I keep saying it, no moral victories this year. I'm not about like, oh, they fought really hard in January and February, and boy, if it wasn't for that 2-week stretch that they had sometime here or there, God, they had too many injuries. Oh, they had some bad puck luck in one of these games they needed. No, you make your own puck luck by being consistently good, beating the teams you need to. Tonight, Sabres, that's a team you need to beat. You need to go out there and show them what's up and get it done.
I've been very vocal about being in the same boat, but I went into that last weekend, Capitals, Pens, saying just get 2 points out of this somehow, some way. That's all I wanted.
But even that Penguins game, I wish they wouldn't have let Pittsburgh back in. And how they do it? By taking bad penalties, giving Pittsburgh more opportunities with their power play, which has all these guys whose names you've heard for over a decade, right? You've got Letang, you've got Sidney Crosby, you've got Malkin. Like, you've got all these guys that if you give them chances, they're going to burn you. And what do you know? They burned you. So,
but they won the game.
Yes. But they gave them a point. You don't need to be giving teams in the East a point, is what I'm saying. When you're on the road, you've got them dead to rights. Snuff them out in regulation so they don't get that overtime point. That could come back and haunt you at some point when we get to getting into the playoffs. So this is tonight. Go get 2 points, make it happen, make it quick and painless, and let's go.
That's a good point about giving them a point in overtime. But still, you've watched this team for many, many years.
I know.
Getting a road win in Pittsburgh is huge for any Blue Jackets team.
It was huge. Okay. I agree with you. But you need to get that. You need to get to 2 points. Just in general, I'm saying when you have a team on the ropes, don't let them off the hook. When you are in that game with the Capitals, don't have a terrible third period where you forgot how to play hockey. And then suddenly now it's a game where you're losing. Like, I need to see it a little bit better. But all right. You're right. I'm being a little more critical. You were critical last week, and I was talking you off the ledge. Tonight, you got a tough back-to-back tonight, tomorrow, and then Saturday, Sunday. You've got to go out in each of these games. I think you need to get a split in at least both these games, right? Like, get 2 points from each of these and keep it just at 500 for now. I'm fine with that. But I'd love to see them do a little bit more than that and not waste good goaltending when you're getting it, which is what they've gotten so far. So we will find out tonight. That is 6:15 coverage starts here on the Fan. 6:45 puck drop, a weird time because of the ESPN television schedule. Speaking of weird times, Ohio State and Purdue, not this weekend, next weekend, November 8th. That game was announced yesterday. The time is 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yes.
Bizarre.
It's the weirdest thing. I got a text message from my producer because we're going to Iowa next week.
You're with Big Ten Network doing the tailgate show.
Yes, we're going to Iowa, and our show starts at 10. And the text message says, if Iowa and Oregon is a CBS or something game, whatever, we're going to be doing the tailgate show from 10 to 12.
Okay.
Or if it's on something else, or maybe if it's on Fox, it's 10 to 12. If it's on CBS, we doing the show from 10:30 to 12:30.
Okay.
And I'm looking at the text message, and I'm like, that's odd. Like,
you're usually not on 10 to 12.
We usually we get off and the game starts at noon. So why would we be on? I didn't think nothing. I didn't think to question it though. I'm like, I don't think that's right. And then as soon as that happened, I seen Ohio State announce that they playing Purdue at 1:00.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this? The NFL? When do we start going at 1:00? And I need to know why. The question is, why are we doing 1:00 instead of noon? I have no idea.
I don't have the exact answer for you other than BTN, your bosses, decided 1:00 was the time they wanted this game. It's weird because the last time Ohio State played a game at specifically 1 p.m. Eastern goes back to 2012. And we all remember how fun this game was. The 2012 Gator Bowl. Remember that? With the 6-6 Buckeyes going and losing to Florida, making it a 6-7 season that obviously now my kids will laugh at, but at the time it was very painful. And that was the one, remember, that then, Tyvis, do you remember what happened the next year with the Ohio State Buckeye team when they went 6-7 the prior year? And then,
they
guys
went
came
12-0 and couldn't go to the bowl game because somebody decided to
take
delay.
The bowl ban.
Yeah, not self-impose a bowl ban for the Gator Bowl and
when you were already 6-6 in that season, it didn't matter. But whatever. Anyway, that's the last time Ohio State played a 1 p.m. kickoff. Now, if you're old like me, you might recall that there were some Michigan games back in the 2000s and before that occasionally kicked off at 1 p.m.
I remember like Chad Henne and Mike Hart, Braylon Edwards, like that era of Michigan. They used to play at 1:00 all the time.
Yuck.
Chad, by the way, Dad Schembeckler says Chad Henne is a joke, a mother bleeping joke. If you don't know that song, go look it up. But yeah, so Ohio State 1 p.m. kick. The last time for a regular season game was 2005, exactly the era you're talking about. 25-21 win for the Buckeyes because that was in the era where pretty much every year but once in a decade, they beat Michigan. Those days, we're not familiar with those right now. We need to get back to those days. But that is a nice thing that hopefully we can reminisce about as Ohio State goes and smacks Purdue. Let's hope that happens next week. But, the focus right now is not Purdue. Focus is Penn State. And this game coming up has a lot of juice to it, in part because we know who's on the other sideline. Yeah, it's not James Franklin anymore. It's Terry Smith, who is their new head coach at Penn State, interim head coach, while they sort through who's going to take over that job long term. Might be a guy on the Ohio State sideline. Might be Brian Hartline. His name's been mentioned. We just saw those reports this week. But Jim Knowles is still there as a defensive coordinator. And I don't think it's going to be lost on this Ohio State coaching staff that they want to make sure Jim Knowles is reminded of how good this offense is and how bad his defense is.
It's going to be interesting. It's interesting because that defense potentially might be on the field a lot because you're asking Ethan Gruntmeyer to come in there, and this is his second start, and it's against the Buckeyes, who's allowed 4 touchdowns scored on the season.
Yeah.
That's
tough work.
Yeah, that's welcome to the big league. That's kind of what that is. So I can see a lot of 3 and outs. I can see a lot of his defense on the field trying to make some stops. And it's too much. That's too much to ask. That's too much to ask right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Penn State's defense is solid. They always are going to be solid. But
Penn State's defense was the defense that we thought coming into this season was one of the big reasons why they were a national championship favorite. Am I wrong? Like they still brought all those guys, to my knowledge, are still there. Yeah. I mean, they've had some injuries and stuff like any football team does, but by and large, they still have the majority of that defense that we thought was a championship level defense potentially coming into this year. Just because James Franklin is gone doesn't mean all those 5-star guys turn into 3-star guys. They can still play, and I guarantee you this is their season.
But you know what Ohio State's going to try to do?
What?
They're going to try to run the ball. You know why? Because Penn State ranks 16th out of 18th in the conference in rushing, and they ranked 4 in pass defense.
Okay.
So this is one of those games where Ohio State's going to try to get right on the run game. But if that all fails, I know that Penn State's ranked 4, but you got 2 first-round picks. So now the quarterback that's playing really well. So if push comes to shove, they're going to put the ball in the air. But I think they want to really try to establish that run game, because if you really want to stick it to a defensive coordinator, you run the ball down his throat, and they be like, man, we can't stop this run. It's just like it's disrespectful. It's just kind of disrespectful. We just going to keep running the ball.
Well, I tend to think that Ohio State would like to be disrespectful to Jim Knowles. And I do think the problem with Jim Knowles, as we knew here, was his defense is very complicated.
Yes.
They like to do a lot of things at the line of scrimmage where they're looking over. There's late checks that are coming in. They're doing stuff. They're trying to change things. Very complicated. Multiple players from Penn State have been on the record this year talking about how we were a little confused with certain things. We are trying to simplify it and trying to get this better. All the Buckeyes who talked about the defense last year to this year under Matt Patricia have said it's a lot easier defense for us it's easier for us to go play. You know, Matt Patricia keeps things a lot simpler for us, and it's more straightforward. Doesn't mean that this defense won't be ready to play for Ohio State. What I'm saying is Ohio State's offense should be able to find success against it. They should know the things that cause Jim Knowles problems. Hell, Ryan Day last year was probably at times pulling his hair out going, why isn't this defense playing better? Why aren't we doing things better? That Oregon game comes to mind.
He went down there and said, let me help you out a little bit. This is what we're going to do.
Right. So I'm quite sure he knows the tendencies that drew his ire last year. Don't you think as an offensive guy, Brian Hartline, the rest of that staff are going to be looking for ways to exploit those issues? I would think they are.
Yeah. You work with the guy for 3 years. Yeah. You know what the weaknesses is. You watch Oregon do it.
Well, everybody talks about Ohio State. Oh, he's going to know all Ohio State's offensive weaknesses. And it's like, yeah. And then it goes the other way.
Yeah. The inverse is true.
And I also think that one of the problems you have in college football is when you have a guy named Jeremiah Smith and another guy named Carnell Tate and a guy named Julian Sayin, who's one of the most accurate passers in the league, throwing it to them. Even if you match up well with those guys, they are going to win their individual battles a lot of times. So
you can't. You're not about to go one-on-one, like lead those guys on the island and think that your guy's going to stop them. That's just not going to happen.
All right, devil's advocate really quick. Is there anything to the fact that in August, this game was a 3.5-point spread? All the players, for the most part, except for Drew Aller, are there. That was a team that was predicted to win the national championship by many people.
Including you.
If you get the Little Giants one-game speech,
right,
they beat you
where they might beat them 99 times out of 100. Yep,
but that still leaves one game.
Yeah. Is there? I don't believe this, but I'm hearing people talk about this out there. That like the talent is still somewhat equal, and this is quote unquote Penn State Super Bowl. Can you see them wake up? If they're going to wake up for any game this season, it be this one, and them have the talent to compete with Ohio State.
Yeah, I mean, you can hear that, and that's probably true. They're going to, if any game matters to them the most, is this one for sure. However, it always comes back to the quarterback, and that is where I don't see it.
Oh, but then there's that angle could be Ethan Grunkemeyer comes home.
Yeah, I hear that.
Sticks it to Ohio State.
I hear that. I hope that I would hope that for him, but
I wouldn't. Not this game.
He went 15 for 28 for 93 yards against Iowa. So
yeah, well, and Iowa has a good defense too. But that shows you
it's not Ohio State's
right. But that's one of the better defenses he's faced, and
correct.
Look how it went. So yeah, I think all of what you said, Dylan, is fair and reasonable. We could have a discussion about whether or not Ohio State covers, but yeah, I can't I can't see it where Ohio State isn't winning this game. There's no lack of focus for Ohio State. They had a bye week. Ryan Day after a bye week is usually awesome. Jim Knowles is the defensive coordinator for this team. There is no lack of focus for Ohio State coming into this one, I would say. Speaking of the Buckeyes, we're going to switch gears, talk basketball, because Jake Diebler got a huge recruit last week. This week, different story. Details next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Tuesday. Well, folks, we're looking pretty busy out there. Starting over in Marysville, new crash into our system happening on State Route 31, that southbound direction, just past Mill Road. Do expect some lane closures out there. For folks in New Albany, noticing 2 crashes in your area. 161 eastbound, just past 62. Expect some lane closures, but also we're noticing a new one. The left lane is currently blocked on 161, that westbound direction, just beyond Mink Street because of a crash out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with low prices in every aisle. Kroger shoppers never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Save big on select varieties of Kroger brand cheese. 6 to 8 ounce packs are only $1.79 each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at columbusmensclinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic, making it happen.
Millions of fans agree. This Christmas tradition rocks. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presenting The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, the best of TSO and more. December 23rd, 2 shows, Nationwide Arena. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestra. A portion of the proceeds benefits the James and Heather Pick Music Program.
Active military or veteran planning your next career move? Columbus State's engineering technology programs prepare you for a career in Columbus's fastest growing fields. Our veteran services team will help you maximize your benefits and connect to a supportive community. Apply at cscc.edu/engineering tech.
Your game day headquarters is here at ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus, the only place to watch and win. Catch every play on more than 30 TVs and over 50 feet of video wall. Score tickets, signed professional and college sports memorabilia, and pen cash prizes. Join the watch parties for every home team game with a tailgate buffet and bucket specials. Plus, get official game day swag with every table reservation. Game day lives here, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Do you feel the nip in the air? Oh, baby, people think summer's driving season. They're wrong. You spend more time in your car this time of year taking your dirty, annoying kids to dirty, annoying things. Go see my friends at Germain Lexus. They have special rates as low as 4.49% on their most popular models, including the 2026 TX350. Lease a 2026 NX for as low as $449 per month. And if new isn't your thing, they have plenty of L certified inventory on the lot. Stop in and see them. Germain Lexus of Dublin and Easton, GermainLexus.com.
Give me a mountain with lots to do. Give me the sunshine, give me a dew. Give me something simple and true. All I need is sunshine and that refreshing mountain dew. So give me my good hands, give me a dew.
Grab some friends and an ice-cold Mountain Dew today.
Mountain Dew. If you have an unhealthy unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets? We have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. One of these guys still believes he can play in the NFL. It's Tebow. He says it's because of his low center of gravity. He's dumb. This is Bone and Tyvis.
We were talking earlier about that hurricane that's out in the Caribbean, heading towards Jamaica right now. Our thoughts are with obviously everybody there. This is like a Category 5 hurricane, Hurricane Melissa, which is also what I call my wife is not happy with me. It's Hurricane Melissa. That's her name. But Jay Beasy, we were talking about those planes that fly into the hurricanes, and how Tyvis said he would be a wuss and never want to go on one of those because he doesn't want to do storm chasing in the air or on the ground. Jay Beasy tweeted us and said, a good friend of mine is the flight engineer on those hurricane planes. So he gets to go on those things all the time. See, look at that. We got listeners who know what's going on.
No.
Get you a flight on there. He knows a flight engineer.
No.
Let's go do it together.
That's insane. Like jumping out of an airplane is fine. I'm not messing with that weather.
Yeah. Well, I would probably not want to do it either because I saw the video of the guy on CNN we were talking about who was puking on TV because he was in one of those planes. I don't know how people do that, but like how they go on that and actually don't lose their lunch. But a lot of these pilots do. They go there, they get valuable research. So hopefully this hurricane, deadens and dies down a little bit. We don't want it to see it be the Category 5 hurricane it is, but it's kind of weird watching the meteorologists. We'll have to ask Meredith Garfello about this when she comes in because I've seen meteorologists talking about this, and they're literally like, it's a perfect hurricane. It's the most beautiful hurricane I've ever seen. And it's like, all right, calm down. Like, that's a little weird.
It is weird.
You want a private room? Like, it's a little odd how much they're very excited about this hurricane, which is bad because it's not looking like it's going to be a good thing wherever it makes landfall.
I've learned that people on that side of the building, the news side, they are very weird when it comes to stuff like that. Like, they're like, oh, man, the weather's been too great. Let's get some life-threatening storms so we have something to do over here. Like, Brianna will be like, I've been born over there. There's no crashes. It's like, oh, I'm sorry that people driving safe inconveniences you and makes your job boring.
I don't want to work in San Diego because the weather is just sunny and 72 that's so boring. Can we get like a winter storm or something? No, I don't want that actually.
I don't want that to happen. The winter storm thing.
I know. I'm not ready for it.
It's just
let's not have that.
It's the way that it affects driving.
Yeah,
like, I don't have a problem with the storm if I'm like just not going to leave. But due to the fact that I'm always on the go, that means I'm always on the road, which means that I always have to deal with people's driving.
I don't understand why we're not putting more research into teleportation. To your point, because I would care less about this weather if it was
weather
like
wouldn't be a factor to me.
I just hop in the portal and I'm right here. Yeah, let's go. We got the transfer portal. Let's get the T-Bone transfers to work portal. That's what I want. Let's do that now. Jake Diebler, he had a huge recruit last week. 5-star kid, good stuff there. Bad news, though, is that yesterday came out longtime commit Marcus Johnson, a Mr. Ohio basketball in his own right. He is decommitting 2 weeks before the early signing period, I should say. So, yeah, that's frustrating, right?
For some odd reason, I knew that was going to happen.
How did you know that was going to happen?
I just thought about the Michi Johnson situation, and then I'm like, if I was a kid, I was like, okay, my cousin went there, and it ended bad twice. Why would I go there? Like I feel like I don't know if that plays a part in it or not. I just feel like that was always a thing for me in the back of my mind was like the Michi situation.
Look, I think, I don't know. There may or may not be something wrong with Michi Johnson from like a psychological standpoint.
Well, I know he had some mental health issues, sure, all that, yeah.
And so it's like maybe look, I don't know if what his issues were. It seems like what did he do? He started here. He went to South Carolina. He came here, went back. It's like, well, maybe his cousin's the same way, and we don't need these problems.
I mean, that theoretically could be a case too. Marcus Johnson, though, was one of the guys that when the Michi stuff was going down, people were like, "Oh, we got to keep Michi happy because don't want to lose his cousin. His cousin's really great. He wants to come to Ohio State. You got to keep him happy." And it's like, oh, okay. Now, what it looks like, I saw Adam Jardy had an article talking about this, where he brought up that Dad had said that, like, they had a good relationship with the coaching staff. They had been in multiple times. They were here in September, I guess. And in that meeting, one of the things that had apparently happened was the coaches were showing them film and saying, hey, we know this is the type of player Marcus Johnson is. For those who don't know, he's a 4-star point guard, 6'2". He's a senior this year, a top 50 guy in the entire United States when it comes to playing basketball out of high school, right? He's talented, but he's kind of one of these guys who does a lot of start-stop. He's not going to be necessarily a off-the-ball mover. He's going to be a guy who needs the ball in his hands to be productive.
That's like his player.
That's like his cousin.
Right. And so Diebler, I think, and the staff were kind of showing them film and saying, this is what we envision your son doing. This is what he does. Is he going to be cool with that role? And at the time, back in September, when the Dispatch caught up with father of Marcus Johnson, whose name is escaping me, he said, yeah, we're kind of thinking about that and seeing if this is the best option or whatever. They were weighing it, but they said they appreciated how the Ohio State coaching staff was going about it. So maybe it is that they thought about it more and said, yeah, this isn't a fit for us. So if that's the case, better to figure that out now than later. But now you got 2 weeks until the early signing period. Supposedly Ohio State has some other options and targets that they are looking at. So we'll see if they can get a flip for that class when it comes to it. But
they better have something. You can't lose a guy like that and then not have a response for it. Now, don't get me wrong. Obviously, you responded last week with the big commit, but like this was the number 4 class or something like that?
Yeah, it's probably not now.
Yeah,
you lost this guy. But they've got time to get it back. We'll find out. One Ohio State assistant getting a lot of buzz for one of the big college football jobs. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Well, the road's looking pretty chaotic out there. Starting over by Gahanna, we are still looking at this crash, 270, that's southbound direction, just past Eastern Way. As you're heading towards 672, center lane still blocked this morning. First responders on scene, but now looking pretty busy over on the west side. The first crash, the right shoulder is currently blocked on 70, that eastbound direction, just past Hilliard Rome Road because of a crash out there. Also noticing another crash. The right shoulder is also blocked on 70 eastbound, just past that 270 northbound intersection because of an incident this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your Fan Traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Tom.
Hi, my name's Tom. I've been a patient at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm being treated for low testosterone. I didn't really notice the issue of just the energy and feeling slow in the middle of the day and waking up feeling as if I hadn't even gone to bed. When I walked into Tri-State Men's Health, I was extremely impressed from the get-go with the results of the treatment. I wake up in the morning now with clarity. I have had more energy in working out. I definitely have increased my strength. I would say that if there are men out there who experienced some of the same problems that I did with inability to sleep well and waking up without feeling refreshed and having your energy flagging throughout the day, go see Tri-State Men's Health. It's changed my life and it'll change yours too.
Thanks, Tom. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Bet365 is paying out before the final whistle. Check out Bet365's unrivaled early payout offer. When you bet on a team to win and they take a 17-point lead, you get paid no matter the final score.
Forget the final whistle and start counting that cash. Hold up, you get early payout on parlays too. Download the app and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Terms and conditions apply. And app only.
Buckeyes, the
2025 football season is here, and that means three things: football, game day, and smooth Jameson whiskey. Whether you're catching the game at home, at your neighborhood bar, or soaking up the team spirit at a tailgate, Jameson Ginger and Lime and Ohio State Athletics are a winning combo. So cheers to making game days even better with the official whiskey of the fans. Jameson, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Taste responsibly.
Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland. 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025, imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Bank of America is the nation's leading business lender, and we're ready to help with your next goal here in Columbus. That's why we have over 3,700 local business specialists across the country. Because with the right team, your business and community prosper. What would you like the power to do? Learn more at bankofamerica.com/local business. Bank of America, official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Hi, I'm Joanna Williams, General Manager at Tansky Sawmill Toyota, and it's tire time at Tansky Sawmill Toyota. Now through October 31st, you can buy 3 tires and get 1 for $1. Visit TanskySawmillToyota.com to schedule your appointment today, or hurry into Tansky Sawmill Toyota on the corner of Sawmill and 161 in Dublin to get those cars ready for winter. And when you think tires, think Tansky.
Think Toyota. Think Tansky. Think Tansky.
Hey y'all, it's the Rocket Roger Clemens here. Spent a lot of time pitching heat. Years later, the pain in my joints remind me of those days, but I'm not looking to sit still, and I definitely am not interested in going under the knife. That's why I chose QC Kinetics.
Not just for elite retired athletes. QC Kinetics gives everyday folks joint pain relief using regenerative treatments that work with your body to help repair joint damage.
No surgery, no long recovery, whether it's your knees, hips, shoulders, or back. My friends at QC Kinetics will help you get moving again so you can get back to doing the things you love.
QC Kinetics medical professionals will look at your x-rays or MRI to determine if you're a good candidate.
I trusted QC Kinetics to help me feel like myself again, and I'm proud to recommend them to you.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars, Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning, I'm Dylan Gonzalez. Game 3 of the World Series might have been the wildest one ever. While most on the East Coast were asleep, the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Toronto Blue Jays played an 18-inning classic that ended with the Freddie Freeman walk-off home run to finally end the game 6-5. The Dodgers are up 2-1 in the series. The Cleveland Cavaliers are on a 3-game winning streak after beating the Detroit Pistons last night, 116-95. Cavs star guard Donovan Mitchell had a game-high 35 points in just 29 minutes in the win. The Cavs will play in Boston tomorrow night at 7. And finally, the Columbus Crew lost to FC Cincinnati 1-0 to start their playoff series last night. Game 2 is in Columbus Sunday night at 6:30. This update was sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
In terms of the Waffle House menu, Tyvis covered and smothered his opponents. Meanwhile, T-Bone is a chunk of hash who's often covered in gravy. I'm not sure what that means either. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
You can always tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971 on Twitter if you want to jump into our conversations. Earlier today, I talked about how I potentially might not be here tomorrow because I am owed some money. And when you owe me some money, I have to go get said money.
Gotta collect.
I don't know what's going on with USPS, but yeah, I need to have a conversation with them. I'm not saying that it's going to go sideways, but I just want Fish to know that I might potentially need PTO for tomorrow. And if my wife is listening to this or Cardell is out there, I might need you to come post bail.
Okay. So one, you do know what's going on with your check is that the Browns, who you also work for, sent you a check in the mail because they apparently live in the 1950s. So they mailed you this check, but the U.S. Postal Service going through a little thing called a government shutdown right now. So essential services are still happening, but they're slower.
Yeah.
So you're waiting on your check. Mm-hmm. It's apparently at the post office, but it hasn't made it to your mailbox.
Well, it comes up on, it's Saturday, right?
What Saturday?
The first of the month.
Oh,
it's due on the first of the month.
The rent, I believe, is due. I believe I'm familiar with that. Oh, yeah. Are you going to have a celebration? Let them stay high? It's the first of the month.
No, I'm not playing both those. I might be doing it from the sale. Okay. But other things that's going on is, obviously, outside of that, yesterday came up that Brian Hartline name came up for Penn State as the head coach. Now, I, for one, look at that like that's a great opportunity. I'm always here for seeing young, up-and-coming OCs get their shot. And I just feel like Brian Hartline would love to have that shot. Heck, he's interviewed for the West Virginia job. I feel like he interviewed for another one a couple of years ago, too. But it was like a small role.
Was it Marshall? I don't know why I'm thinking he just interviews only in the state of West Virginia, apparently, for jobs.
Because it's almost heaven.
Yeah, that's right.
But obviously, if he's interviewing for jobs like that, then that means that he wants to be a head coach at some point. So I think for Penn State, that would be a nice hire for him. Sadly, I don't want to see him go because of what he's done here with the wide receivers, what he's done in recruiting. But I can understand why Penn State would want those things because what's an area that they struggle in over there? At wide receiver and at recruiting. So it would make a ton of sense for them to try to poach him from Ohio State. I just don't know how Ryan Day and his staff would feel about that. I feel like we'd be okay because heck, we always make it work. When Jim Knowles left last year, a lot of people was up in arms, and then we got Matt Patricia. And then, obviously, Chip Kelly left, which he might be back. You seen the Raiders offense?
That's an interesting thought because the first thought people have is like, oh, if Brian Hartline leaves, who would replace him? And it's like, well, from a play calling standpoint, Chip Kelly absolutely might be willing to come back to Ohio State. It's not going well in the NFL. But also, I think there are a lot of Buckeyes, rightfully so, who view him as like the key to recruiting, at least when it comes to wide receivers, right? He does as well as any position group in any locker room anywhere in the country. But I would guess that Ryan Day and that coaching staff, specifically Ryan Day, would say, obviously, I would prefer not to lose a Brian Hartline, but also I'll find another guy. Like, also, I'm Ryan Day and I'll recruit these guys. Like, I know where the guys are. I know who the talent is. I can identify this stuff too. So, yeah, I do think it would be a big loss if he goes there. I wouldn't be shocked if Penn State is very much in on him for the reasons you said. They have to do two things at Penn State, don't they? They have to win the press conference, which you always hear around this time.
Yeah.
Go win the press conference. And hiring a guy like him that can give all the fan base excitement that, hey, if you put the NIL money out there, we'll get the players.
Yeah.
Like, this is a guy who can get players. He's shown that at Ohio State. For sure, Penn State, I think, would like that. The question is whether or not it would be a win once he gets to being a head coach. And that's where that's an unknown for all these guys, right? If you get Lane Kiffin to come in, it's still going to be an unknown as if that guy can win at Penn State or at LSU or Florida, whichever job he ends up taking, or staying at Ole Miss. Like, those are the question marks, but at least they would win that press conference and then find out if he's going to be that good of a coach anyway, then it doesn't matter.
Well, the interesting thing would be if the wide receiver recruits commits from Ohio State continue to stay committed, because if you remember the Chris Henry Jr. thing, one of the big reasons he wanted to come to Ohio State was because of Brian Hartline. So sure. would that sway him?
And that's a great question. I mean, that is the biggest fear I have from this type of thing occurring. Same thing I would guess if, to a lesser degree, if Matt Patricia were to leave after a year, where I think a lot of recruits have probably seen, oh, if I can play there, I can go like be a great defensive player and get noticed. Look at what's happened to Arvell Reese since Matt Patricia got here. He went from being a guy that we thought was pretty talented, freak athlete, all that stuff, to now he's on mock drafts in the top 10, top 5.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's in top 5.
Right. So, like, if he could do that for that level of player, obviously, right? I'm sure there's a lot of recruiting that would go into saying, what could he do if he came, if I came there, maybe he could do the same thing with me. Matt Patricia leaves in a year or two to go to the NFL, then that's going to be another issue you have. Didn't Urban used to have those? Didn't he call those like big city issues or problems in the big city, life in the big city, something like that? Like,
yeah, something like that.
When you're in this level of environment for Ohio State, you should have guys every few years, coaches, assistants that are getting good jobs. So
That means that you're running a good program. And again, when you win national championships, everybody wants that. What did they do? They got guys on that team or on that staff that has that championship experience, and we want that here at Penn State or at LSU or at Florida or wherever else. We want to bring that culture here. So why not go get somebody from that culture, bring it here, and see if they can instill that culture here? Because it's not like Ohio State's a bad program or anything like that. They do things the right way. And sometimes people are upset by that, especially when it comes to recruiting. People are upset by that, but at the end of the day, Ohio State's winning games and they're in the championship run every year. So you want that at your program. Who wouldn't want that at their school?
No, and from an Ohio State standpoint, like I said, I think people are nervous about it. I'm not as nervous as I think the rest of Ohio State fans are, even if Brian Hartline leaves. I would not like to see that happen. I would be worried about which recruits might follow him over to Penn State. I saw somebody saying, like, would Jeremiah Smith leave? And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's to that level. Like, I get it. Like, no one's trying to diminish Brian Hartline. Brian Hartline's great. Like, I think he would be a home run hire for Penn State, and I would hate to see him go. But let's be real. Jeremiah Smith's done too much here. I would be shocked if he would go to Penn State.
Well, you never know.
A lot of unknowns there.
If they came up to Jeremiah and said, we got $10 million for you for 1 year, I'd say go, hey.
Okay.
Then you have the crazy conspiracy theorist, Penn State, now Adidas school, Jeremiah Smith, Adidas athlete.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give any credence to that. But I do have a question for you guys that would it make you a little more nervous? Because right now you guys are in the boat of like, oh, can't be mad at him if he goes to Penn State. What if Ohio State, in the midst of a national championship run, Penn State hires Brian Hartline? We know transfer portal window, January 2nd, National Signing Day, February 14th. What if they come to him in December and was like, we need you to get on the PJ right now?
Oh,
and
sure.
Brian Hartline leaves Ohio State in the middle of a national championship type of season. Would you be mad at Brian Hartline then if in the end the Buckeyes don't win the national championship and maybe the offense looks in flux during the playoffs?
I don't know about that. One, I wouldn't be mad at him for that because, I mean, you gotta,
would be.
No,
I would be pissed off if he left in the middle of the run.
I'm trying to be, I'm going to be fair about it. Like, I would understand why he would need to do that. Like that. But at the end of the day, even when you talk to him, he would even tell you, like, this is just Ryan Day's offense. So, like, Ryan Day is still here. He's still going to call the plays. Like, I think we'd still be fine.
It would just be a big distraction.
But it would be a distraction.
I want to hear from one of the leaders of the Lunatic Fringe about this. I don't want to hear from Sane Tyvis. I want to hear.
What was I thinking?
T-Bone, and I want to hear what the crazies out there, the same people that wanted Ryan Day fired last year, the same people that hate Jim Knowles. Those people are the ones I want to hear from, whether or not they would be mad if Brian Hartline
my opinion
left.
Don't matter?
No, because your take is you're a peaceful, sane, logical thinking person.
Isn't that what we supposed to be?
No, but that's not what a lot of this fan base is. So I want to know what a lot of these
Mr. Leader of the Lunatic Fringe.
What are they going to think if Brian Hartline leaves in December to go coach Penn State?
I'm going to say that if Brian Hartline would do something like that, then it hasn't been him this whole time. So I'm going to say, you know what? Then it's been a fraud. It's been fake. We've had the wool pulled over our eyes. Yeah, I'm going to say that's what had happened. Because I look, remember when people got pissed off about Tom Herman, your guy? Yeah. You guys were there. You guys win the national championship.
Herm left the next year.
Yeah, but like
Cougars.
the minute the clocks hit zero, he had a Houston Cougar hat on.
Sure did.
And was like standing there with the trophy and like getting pictures on the field with the confetti. Yep. And people were mad about that. And it's like, well, if you think people are going to be mad about that.
Wasn't the same afterwards.
Okay.
We went downhill after that, too.
I'm just saying, like, as much as, yes, I have given Ryan Day crap about a variety of things over the years, but if you think that this offense doesn't bear all his fingerprints and isn't largely still a Ryan Day offense, like if Brian Hartline would genuinely leave during the middle of a season where you could win a national championship, another one, I would think you'd want that on your resume as an offensive coordinator before you go take your head coaching job. There's plenty of time to go build that up and, try to make that work. But
there isn't. They got to hit the January 2nd portal window.
Yeah, he can go recruit. He can go. There's going to be some other coaches getting fired. There's going to be players leaving. He can recruit those guys.
Especially in a situation where you don't know who's going to stay at Penn State. You got to refill the stable.
There's going to be a mass exit. I mean, that's going to happen.
That's true.
Because they had a bunch of guys that was draft eligible this past year that came
it's
back.
It's going to be
so they're
weird.
Anyway,
if Brian Hartline is in line to take a job like Penn State, and then Ohio State recruiters, coaches, his co-workers are like actively recruiting Penn State players to come in during that transfer window, and Brian Hartline's like calling them, saying, no, stay there until I get there. I'm still working here, but I will be over there. What a bizarre time. It's almost like this timeline
he would have no choice but to leave.
Yeah. Well, then I'd still be mad at him. That's how I'd live. Kevin Stefanski was asked about possibly switching to Shedeur Sanders. His answer made no sense. You'll hear it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good Tuesday morning. Looking pretty busy for folks who live out on the west side, and that's because we're noticing back-to-back traffic crashes out there. The first one happening 70, that eastbound direction, right beyond 270 over on the west side. All right, shoulder blocked out there, but hey, not too far away. Another crash, 70 eastbound as well, just past Hilliard Rome Road. All right, shoulder currently blocked out there as well. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Newman Roofing, as part of its 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to recognize individuals who go above and beyond to make a difference for people of all abilities. This week, we honor Alex Osuji. Alex has made an impact by volunteering for the Buddy Walk dance team and is a member of his church's hospitality team. During this Down Syndrome Awareness Month, Newman Roofing is proud to join forces with 10 TV and The Fan in celebrating our ongoing commitment to the community.
Aaron, I'm freaking out a little that you're giving away $500 in free repairs whenever someone buys a new water heater.
When people are faced with an unexpected expense, an unexpected gift helps restore balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO. How many things can our plumbers do for $500 or less?
Tons of things.
Like what?
We can repair a toilet that's not working. We can replace a hose bib, install a utility sink or a vanity, run a water line to an appliance, replace a garbage disposal.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Replace a shutoff valve, fix an exposed water leak.
What's an exposed water leak?
It's one you can see. It's not inside a wall and it's not underground.
And we're going to do these sorts of things for free just because a person buys a water heater?
Yeah, for free.
Because we're restoring balance to the universe?
Balance to the universe.
Get Eco.
ECO.
Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
Whoo, go to geteco.com.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles. Drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products, and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
I wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. It makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing.
No matter who they are, what they look like, or how much money their parents make, every child deserves a high-quality public education. That's why your vote matters so much. Learn about the school board candidates on your ballot in this election and make your plan to vote on or before Election Day, November 4th.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is, fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Forrest Gump says he and Jenny went together like peas and carrots.
I got it. Hey.
Well, the Buckeyes are the #1 team in the country, and the Fan is the #1 sports station in the country. Peas and carrots, baby. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan. Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Enjoy the weather today. Big changes in the forecast tomorrow. We start off mostly cloudy with wake-up temperatures in the 30s and 40s, turning into a mostly sunny but breezy day with highs in the low 60s. For tonight, mostly clear overnight, and then as we head into Wednesday, increasing clouds throughout the day, and the second half of the day, rain will be likely, and highs will only get into the mid-50s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan. 2 men, 1 appendix. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
We have had some chilly mornings. You felt it. The chilly air out there means it's soon going to be coming into your house, especially if you've got those annoying drafts from your windows because maybe they're not sealed up properly. You need to get top quality replacement windows from Window Nation right here in Columbus. So they've got some of the best replacement windows you can find anywhere on the market. Their crews will do the job in 1 day or less, and you can get back to your daily routine with minimal interruption. Plus, they've got a great deal going on right now. Window Nation, you buy 2 windows, you get 2 for free. No limit on that. So if you buy 4, you get 4. Buy 6, you get 6, etc., and on and on and on. Plus, you can replace those windows and then pay nothing. No interest, no payments for 2 whole years. Don't have to pay anything on these windows till 2027, but you get the energy savings. You get the benefits of these new windows in your house. And whether you have just old drafty windows, or maybe you have those builder grade windows that came with the new house you bought and you've just never been satisfied with them, this is the time to upgrade. Window Nation can also hook you up with a pair of tickets to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Go watch a football game with the Buckeyes because they are a proud partner with the Ohio State University. Check them out today. It's very simple. You go on their website, windownation.com. You get signed up for your appointment. They will come out, tell you what you need, help you figure out exactly what works for your house. And that free estimate, by the way, you can get that done before October 31st to lock in these deals. Obviously, we're creeping up on the end of this month, so you want to lock in those deals now. windownation.com. Schedule your fast free estimate today. By the way, Tyvis, your guy, former Cav, Lauri Markkanen, did you see what he did yesterday?
Yeah.
He dropped a 50-burger in the NBA. Now playing for the Jazz. I'm sure everybody was locked in on Jazz basketball last night. Lauri Markkanen, 51 points last night.
He's a cold white boy to me.
I didn't even play that. It just went off on its own.
You know,
That's
the
just it's like the
interesting
computer
thing
knew.
is there has been 4 players this season that's went for 50 points.
Who are they? You can't say that and then not say who they were.
Lauri Markkanen, 51. Yeah. Austin Reeves, 51. SGA, 55. Aaron Gordon, 50. Out of those 4 names, one of them stick out like a sore thumb. Who doesn't belong?
Well, I mean, yeah, SGA is a guy that's like, all right, he's a super duper star. All those other guys are good players. Veteran NBA guys.
But if I told you
decent players.
If I told you that out of those 4 people, which one would you be like, he scored 50?
Probably Lauri. But to
no, Lauri scored. I guess I probably would have to go with Aaron Gordon, right?
It's 100% Aaron Gordon.
I thought you were talking about like who's the no. SGA is a huge star compared to those guys.
Never be scoring no 50 points. Lauri Markkanen actually is like a big time sniper. So like I can see, he got hot that night.
I'm more in T-Bone's boat that you would think only one of those guys is capable of scoring 50 and would be SGA, and then the other 3 you're shocked by.
I'm shocked by 3 of those 4 names, but I get what your point is. You're right. Aaron Gordon is not typically someone you look at for
Aaron Gordon shoots threes now. I think you guys are sleeping on it.
I guess I am.
He made, 10 that night when he hit that 50 points?
And I mean, I mean, this is going to regress, but on the season, he's averaging 33.5 points per game.
Yeah, after he scored 50 points, he then followed that up with 17 and then followed that up with 9.
Yeah, that's
50 helps the average.
By the way, last night, again, you may not have been watching NBA. Maybe you were watching the World Series. If you stayed up late, you saw this.
11:50 in Los Angeles. Thurman sends a fly ball to center field. Varsho's going back before the catch strikes midnight. Billy Freeman has ended it. It's a repeat hero with the last word on a Game 3 classic.
Joe Davis on the call for Fox, fighting the crowd, which understandably was very loud. World Series Game 3 goes to the Dodgers. They win 6-5. 18 innings of baseball, 609 pitches were thrown in this game. The game went 6 hours and 39 minutes. I went to bed after it started and got up before it ended. That's how long this game went. And I got to see the end of it, which was epic. But if you didn't stay up and watch that, it's totally understandable. Yeah, that was tied for the longest game in World Series history. So
they finished that game and with less than 24 hours have to play another. I think it was like 17.
Yeah.
I think I seen Shohei.
Oh, yeah.
Shohei's quote was, "I'm ready to go to bed."
Well, yeah, he probably was half asleep after he got intentionally walked like 4 times last night. All of it,
He hit
ninth
2
inning.
bombs. Yeah, you gonna get intentionally walked.
Including the one that tied it at 5 that caused us
He did.
to have to, well, I didn't endure 18 innings of baseball. And if someone out there listening did, you are a sick person.
Well, the other part of this, too, think about, like, they're walking Shohei Ohtani with Mookie Betts, who is a, like, Hall of Famer, 8-time All-Star. Like, you know what he's capable of at the plate.
Right.
And then after him in the lineup is Freddie Freeman, who obviously hit the game winner, who is also like a 9-time All-Star, Hall of Fame guy in his own right. And everyone watching the game was like, oh, yeah, you do not want to pitch to Shohei. Like, pitch to those 2 guys, not him. That's how good he is. This is going from good to bad. Here was Kevin Stefanski talking to the media yesterday. This was over Zoom, I want to say. But Mary Kay Cabot was asking this question of Kevin Stefanski about switching quarterbacks.
Why wouldn't you, just to see if it does anything to the offense, give him an opportunity to go in there and play?
Yeah, obviously my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus.
Okay, so that was about Shedeur Sanders getting a chance. And his quote was, obviously, that's my focus right now. That's not my focus. I don't even know if I understand that. But let's hear it again. One more time,
Why
Mary Kay.
wouldn't you, just to see if it does anything to the offense, give him an opportunity to go in there and play?
Yeah, obviously my focus is where we are right now, Mary Kay. That's not my focus.
So you want my sane response?
I want Tyvis's response.
Okay,
I don't care.
Tyvis's response is very logical and sane.
No.
Let's go unhinged.
So the reason that he's doing that, the reason that he's saying these things is because he has to. Again, they took Dylan in the 3rd round. They identified him as, whether you like it or not, the 2nd best quarterback in this draft. And people be like, well, why would you think that they would label him as that? Okay, this is how you know that. 1, they had the number 2 pick in the draft, okay? Meaning outside of Cam Ward, they could have got any quarterback that they wanted in this draft.
Yeah.
They punted it. They didn't, because they clearly thought, they didn't think highly of Jackson Dart. They didn't think highly of, and then, okay, so let's say.
They trade away the pick for Travis Hunter. They could have had him.
Yeah, let's say that they thought that, okay, maybe they did. They couldn't get Jackson Dart. Maybe they thought he'd fall to the 2nd round, but they didn't get him. Okay. Well, they obviously didn't think much of Tyler Shuck. They didn't think much of Jalen Milroe because they had picks that could have got these guys. They waited to pick Dylan Gabriel because they thought, oh, we go get this guy because he's a computer. Oh, he just can see the field and he processes things so fast. That's exactly what we need. And, yeah, it's not working. So the reason that they're not going to pivot to Shedeur, because once you open that door and let Shedeur come in, that means that Dylan Gabriel is not the answer. That's what you're saying. And you're going to tell this fan base and that front office that, hey, we was wrong. We missed on this quarterback. And you don't want to do that right now. Like, it's just,
well, that's stupid.
It's 4 games into his career, so you don't want to do that. However, over those 4 games, you cannot deny the fact that you ain't not one time seen Dylan and said, man, that was a heck of a throw there. Or, man, that dude, look at that. I can see him being the future of this franchise. That has not happened not one time. I don't think that thought has come to somebody's head not one time.
The only time it's even come close is when they do the scripted plays and Kevin Stefanski looks like a genius there. And then outside of those plays, you're right. There's nothing.
So then that leaves the door open for us, Shedeur Sanders. And no matter what, we was going to see Shedeur regardless because the owner said that he wanted to see Shedeur at some point. So we're going to see him. Now, what's funny is I don't think the saddest part is Kevin doesn't make the decision on when Shedeur plays. Jimmy does.
Well, that's so obvious by this answer.
So he can come out there and say that right now, and Jimmy can say after the bye week, 12 starting, and we're going to come back, 12 going to be starting. They did the same thing with Johnny Manziel.
I don't understand the logic, right? Because if you're Kevin Stefanski, you want to win games. I think you want to save your job. You want to show that you can do this. Unless he's been told by everybody, don't worry, you're back next year. It doesn't matter if we lose every game this year. We still have your back. You're still here. Then you go, all right, boss, like Ed Orgeron. Tell me what door you want me to go out of and when you want me to leave or whatever. Like that, you're just basically saying, all right, tell me which quarterback you want me to play because I don't have to worry about being here next year. If I'm him, I'm worried about being here next year. And if that's me, I don't care about looking bad about picking Dylan Gabriel. I care about winning football games this year, and I would play whoever I think gives me the best chance to do that. Maybe he genuinely thinks it's Gabriel, but I doubt that.
By the way, we played half of that Zoom call. Here was the other half.
We need to play better.
And we heard it. We heard all of it.
There we go.
That's it.
There we go. That's great. Everything Kevin Stefanski says every week is wrapped up in those 2 quotes right there. We'll come back 2 minutes. Bill Rabinowitz, author of Buckeye Brotherhood, the book that gets you behind the scenes of what happened last year with the Buckeyes' magical run to the national championship. We will talk to Bill about that book and the Buckeyes coming up in 2 minutes. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Not looking any better for folks in New Albany. That's because we are seeing 2 crashes not too far away from each other. The first one on 161, that eastbound direction, just beyond 62. Expect some lane closures out there right before Beach Road, but not too far away. Another crash, as I mentioned, that's happening on 161, that westbound direction as you're heading towards 62. And just beyond Mink Street, a left lane blocked out there, looking at 6 miles per hour, folks, when it comes to travel times this morning. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Parents, are your teens good with money? No. Switch to Huntington Bank and let's teach them. They get their own card, which they can add to their digital wallet, and you can monitor and set spending limits. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome. Eligibility requirements apply. Some features may require enrollment.
Hey, does this sound like you were every step or reach is a reminder that it hurts? The pain is there. A reminder of what you're not able to do, how far you've drifted from that life you used to have and love where you didn't have the pain. Listen, if this is you, if this is a family member, you need to talk to them about it. You need to do what I did and go to QC Kinetics. They've got the answers for you, the relief without the scalpel, without the surgery. At QC Kinetics, they tap into your body's own regenerative power. The damaged tissue, it can be healed by itself. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story. The very cells in your body can help you get healed with no surgery, no pills, no long recovery, just remembering how to move and feel alive again so you can golf, hike, do all the stuff you love to do. So go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus or 380-208-4544. They have offices all over Columbus, so be sure to check them out at 380-208-4544.
Script Ohio necklaces, Blocko earrings, Ohio State bangles, and more. You'll find an exclusive collection of luxury Buckeye jewelry you'll love at the Diamond Cellar, starting at $99. Show your Buckeye love at the Diamond Cellar, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
When Tyvis looks at Bone, he sees the future. Bald, fat, white. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis.
As per usual, you can tweet the program at Bone and Tyvis 971 or hop in our YouTube chat. Just go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan, click on T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll be right there. Now joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, he is Bill Rabinowitz, longtime Buckeye reporter, also author of many books about the Buckeyes, but his latest, Buckeye Brotherhood, How Ohio State Navigated a New World to Win a National Championship, is in stores now. Bill, I understand this book is so popular, Amazon was like, whoa, hang on a second. We're getting more books. We're sorry. We didn't know the response would be like this. How has the response been for you to see that many people excited about your book?
Yeah, it's very surprising. Good morning, guys. The other books I've done pretty well, but nothing like this. And so I think everyone, including me, was caught off guard. I think there's like a 1 month delay in getting it from Amazon, and so the publisher is working hard to fill that void. It's kind of crazy. It's a great problem to have, I'll admit, but it's kind of shocking.
I went into one of these bizarre places called a physical bookstore, like a brick and mortar. I think they refer to them. And I bought one there, and I actually got a copy of it. I've been reading through it this weekend, and it's very enjoyable. And the thing I'm always fascinated about with this stuff, like with writing a book like this is a very timely book. This is all events that did not end until January of last year. We're sitting in October, and I already have the book in my hands, which I know means the manuscript had to be done months ago for that to happen. How did you get this amount of detail and all these stories together, put them in the order they need to go, and figure out what deserves to be and what not in such a compressed timeline? I'm fascinated by the ability to write that quickly.
Well, it helped that I've done it twice before. Both Buckeye Rebirth and The Chase were done in 4 months. And this one had to be also. My first interview was with Nina Day. I think it was January 27th. My manuscript had to be in May 27th, and I got it in the day before. So it was insane. I mean, but I knew what it was going to be. I took like 3 weeks of vacation from the Dispatch, where I was still working then, and it was a lot of 14, 16-hour days. Just, my son got married in May, and that was the only off day I took in that 4 months. So that's just what it required. And so at least I knew from past experience that was what I needed to do. And I just, the challenge this time was that most of the players were gone. They were training for the NFL. So tracking them down and pinning down a time to talk to them was a challenge. I didn't talk to Will Howard till I think right before the draft in late April. So, I kind of had all these, it's like forming a huge jigsaw puzzle, and you got to get the pieces, and then you got to figure out where they go and where they fit. And unlike a real jigsaw puzzle, you don't know whether they're going to fit. You don't know whether you're going to have all the pieces. Fortunately, I got cooperation from almost everyone I wanted to. Ryan Day was great. Nina was great. Most of the players were great. Jack Sawyer I talked to for like 2 hours. Same with Will Howard when I did get him. So, Ryan Day, if you remember, kept saying toward the end of last year, if we don't win it all, nobody will tell our story. Now, he wasn't talking about me telling the story. He was talking about the story being told generally. But, I knew that I would do it because I'd done it twice before. And at one point during the playoff, I did tell him, and I'm not sure if he was aware that I'd done the previous books because he wasn't here then. But, he wanted it told. So I think he probably encouraged players to talk to me. It was a fun process in a way because I love, it's like a mystery. How do you solve this mystery? How this team did what it did. So it was fun in that regard, but it was nonstop work.
So you've wrote a book after each championship, the last two national champions.
Right.
If they win again, will we expect another book?
Part of it is I need to decompress a little bit. It was the longest college football season of all time last year, and I immediately jumped into the book. Immediately. And then, I'm still covering the team now. I'm on Substack. So I'm getting that off the ground, and it's BillRabinowitz.substack.com. I'm still covering the team like I always have, like I did for the Dispatch, but I'm doing it independently now. So I need, subscribers. Paid subscribers are much better. So, getting that off the ground. I do not have the time or the energy. I'm 10 years older than I was when I did it last time, in Tyvis' championship. And I still remember talking to Tyvis about, why'd you run that interception out of the end zone?
Trying to score.
Right?
I've asked him that too, and that's exactly the response I got. I was like, I was going to get to the end zone. Of course. Why wouldn't I?
Right. So So, I mean, look, I love doing these books because it tells the story that hopefully will go down as the definitive document of how these things happened. And I think that's fun to be the person to do that. But it just takes so much out of you, and I just don't think I could do it again. I'm sure I'm never going to say never, but I'm not thinking that way now for sure.
Bill Rabinowitz joining us on the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. You can read his stuff now at billrabinowitz.substack.com. And, of course, you can follow him on Twitter as well. And he's got the book, Buckeye Brotherhood, that we're talking about. So that blurb that kind of got out there, a passage from your book that had the locker room meeting essentially after the Michigan game. Mitchell Melton, who now has transferred out, is playing at Virginia, but he was one of the guys who apparently stood up in the locker room and had some questions for Ryan Day. It became a tough meeting. That is one of the, I'm sure, the flashpoints of this book, the passages that people have gone to. I'm curious what you think on if those players in that room had just said, whatever, coach can do whatever he wants. I'm just going to sit here. I just work here kind of mentality. Do you think the changes that needed to happen would have happened and this team would have had the run that it did?
That's a great question, and it's kind of the unknowable. Kind of like when people asked, would they have won a championship if they had beaten Michigan? If they didn't have that
right,
huge bump in the rubber. And it's not a question that can be answered because it didn't happen. I will say this, that player after player told me that one team walked into that room and another team left it. They walked in there angry, depressed, shocked, and they left there united. They'd gotten everything they needed to off their chest. Mitchell Melton was kind of the first one who kind of got the ball rolling after Jack Sawyer, and kind of said, okay, here's why we're here. We're here to get everything off our chest. We're, unburden yourself. If there's anything that's been bothering you, anything you want to say it. There'll be no repercussions. This is all just, I don't say no holds barred, but it was just be honest. Just be honest. And Mitchell Melton, who had gone through he had lost 2 seasons because of knee surgeries. He had lost for the 4th straight time to Michigan, and he was fed up. He was a role player. He made some plays last year. It wasn't like he didn't make an impact, but he was certainly not a star on that team. But he had gone through the knee injuries and just said, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? And that started it. And it really became very cathartic and crucial to what happened the rest of the way. My sense is if they didn't have that kind of meeting, they probably would not have made that run. But again, it's not a question that can be answered.
Was there anything that you learned from talking to these players that shocked you?
I thought it was interesting when I talked to Caleb Downs and Seth McLaughlin, and they both said, coming from Alabama, that Nick Saban would have never sat through that. It just never would have happened at Alabama. Nick Saban would not have, been that vulnerable. And that to me spoke a lot about who Ryan Day is as a coach and as a person. Because look, this is the guy who's making, I forget what he was making last year, $10 million or whatever it was. He's 45 years old. The players are all, 18 to 22. And he's just taking. Now, he was also giving it to them. He was saying, look, I didn't miss the field goals. I didn't throw the interceptions. I didn't do this. We try to put you in the best position, and we didn't. We failed as coaches. But you guys have a responsibility. I can't play. You guys are the players. And it was all taken in the right way. It wasn't insulting. It wasn't, I'm ripping you. It was, how do we get this out there so that we don't feel this way again? So we leave this meeting united. And G. Scott led the team for Ryan Day left after, the very end. And then the players talked for a few more minutes. And then G. Scott led them in a prayer. They all rocked arms, and player after player told me that there were people crying because they knew that something had changed. Now, nobody knew until the Tennessee game whether it was actually going to work, because they had not played like a national championship team most of the year. I saw glimpses of it at times, but then that Tennessee game, I remember thinking in the first quarter of that, well, this is the team I thought we'd see all year, right? and then it carried through the rest of the playoffs.
By the way, Tyvis isn't going to ask you because he's above that, but I'm going to say the fact that Cardale Jones has a book, Tyvis is now like, when do I get the sequel? When do we get the roommate book?
I had a little bit of a role in the Cardale book.
I know. Yes, absolutely right. So I'm saying that's another one of your great books out there. So yeah, if people haven't checked those out, you're looking for gifts for the holidays. We're starting to get to that season. Like all the books you have out there for the Buckeyes, get that for yourself or someone in your life who loves the Buckeyes. Because it's a great idea.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was surprised that even like the Chase has gotten a bump from Amazon, from this new book. And so I was like, really? Let's get a 10-year-old book? I mean, it was not a huge one, but it's like, oh, okay, it's back on the radar a little bit.
You can follow him, Bill Rabinowitz, on Twitter /X or BillRabinowitz.substack.com to read what he's writing now about the Buckeyes. And, of course, the book, Buckeye Brotherhood, on order at Amazon, in stores elsewhere. Bill, thanks for taking the time this morning. We appreciate it, okay?
Well, thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
There you go. We'll come back and hit the buzzer next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
A new crash reported for folks in Dublin this morning. The right shoulder is currently blocked on 270, that westbound direction at Sawmill Road because of that incident. Still pretty slow moving, though, for folks over on the west side as you're heading downtown. 70 eastbound, a crash out there. Just past Hilliard Rome Road, a right shoulder still blocked this morning, and not too far away, another incident, 70 eastbound, just past 270, that busy intersection, a right shoulder also blocked out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
5 words no one wants to hear. You need a new roof. What do you do? Who do you call? How are you going to pay for it? Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and these are all questions that run through people's minds when they hear those 5 words. But if you pick up the phone and call Victor's Home Solutions, your new roof will be the easiest, most hassle-free home improvement project you'll ever do. Victor's has thousands of 5-star ratings for both customer service and high-quality installation. Plus, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. And since no one wants to pay these high interest rates for a limited time, Victor's is offering 5-year, no-interest financing with minimum monthly payments for qualified buyers. So if you need a new roof, don't stress. Victor's Home Solutions has your back. It starts with a free 21-point roof inspection. It assesses the exact condition of your roof and what needs to be done next. Set up your inspection today. 866-VICTORS. That's 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Hey friends, Beamer here, and I'm a big believer in saying thank you when something actually works. So thank you, Awaken 180. And they're actually saying thank you back right here in Ohio with $500 off every new program through Thanksgiving. I started around this time last year, dropped 65 pounds for the holidays and 15 more in free maintenance. Awaken 180 works, and now's the time to do it with $500 off. Thank your new self when you're 30 or 80 pounds lighter with the medication-free solution for weight loss. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
College football is more chaotic than ever. New rivals, new rules, and a brand new season of Fansville. Are you fan enough to handle the drama? Then grab an ice-cold Dr. Pepper from your local Kroger and buckle up for the season. College football. It's a Pepper thing. College football fans, listen up. You can catch Carnell Tate and Dr. Pepper on November 17th. We'll be at the new Kroger at 7525 Gardwell Street in Powell from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Stop by to get your photo with Carnell Tate. See you there.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
The number one problem we see at our clinic is delaying treatment. ED and low T can get worse.
Book your appointment right now. Call 614-300-7400. Prefer privacy? Book online in under 30 seconds at columbusmensclinic.com.
At our clinics, men's sexual health is the whole job. Look, I'm a normal guy too. I hate going to the doctor, but we've helped so many guys in here just like you. Even if pills have failed, our medical team is going to take the time to talk you through it. Same day in-house lab, and the treatments, well, they could change your life.
Your local medical team has your back. ED, low T, Peyronie's, size, and shape modeling. We tailor what works for you.
I'll get to the point. Can you imagine epic workouts and epic sex? Yeah, I said it.
A stronger you is closer than you think. We're available right now. Call 614-300-7400 or book in 30 seconds or less at ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Columbus Men's Clinic. Making it happen.
Ryan Day has a radio show, and we air it. What are the odds? Join us Thursday at noon for the cleverly named Ryan Day Show.
Presented by Roosters, a fun casual joint.
Every game, every season. Your home for Buckeye football, The Fan.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Cosby Heating and Cooling and Bryant, doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Both of these men love the Browns. Also, both of these men hate the Browns. If you know, you know. This is T-Bone and Tyvis.
If you missed any part of the show, you can find it wherever you get podcasts. Just search T-Bone and Tyvis. It's there all 3 hours right there for you, starting at 6 a.m. every day. But if you don't get up early with us, that's okay. You can find out why Tyvis is possibly going to go postal, literally, over a check he's missing. You could find out what Jean-Luc Grandpierre had to say about the Jackets. They take on the Sabres tonight. Coverage starts at 6:15 here on The Fan, but we talked with him about that. Plenty on the, Penn State opening, where some of these other college football jobs are going to go. And we just talked to Bill Rabinowitz. All that and more, it's there for you. Wherever you get podcasts, just search T-Bone and Tyvis. You'll find it. You'll subscribe to it because we like you, and you'll like us, and you'll do that. And then you'll listen every day, and we appreciate that. Eric Reeser's here with us from Morning Juice. Good morning, Reeser.
Gentlemen, good morning.
You did not tell me you didn't stay up and watch all of that World Series last night.
No, I sure didn't.
Yeah, that's.
Have you watched any of the World Series?
I don't blame you.
I had some on last night. It was the sports equinox.
So you didn't get on Peacock and.
I was on Peacock watching the Cavs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure.
I had two TVs in my living room and then a computer and a phone.
So research,
there was a sport on each of them.
You said it's sports equinox. That's for those who don't know, that's a day where there's NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, NHL, and even MLS with the Crew playing, which I know you watched some of that game too.
What hockey game was you watching?
Oh, I didn't watch a hockey game.
But there were, yesterday was a day. It's a rare day where like all of the pro sports in America were all going at the same time.
That was the one sport I did not partake in last night.
Well, it was hard for me because I wanted to watch the Cavs, but I wanted to watch the Monday night football game. But you got to go to two different apps.
You do.
That's why you got to have two different devices.
It's not ideal for me.
Does any of the TVs in your home, do you have rabbit ears?
What is that?
TV antenna?
No.
Okay. Because you could have watched Monday Night Football on the antenna.
No.
Yeah,
okay.
You could do that. That's right.
Now, see, this is where TVs now just pick up local channels. Do you even need rabbit ears anymore?
I don't know, but I've got
some kind of. I think you need some kind of device to do that if you don't have cable. But yeah, like that's where if I'm on YouTube TV. So if it's on YouTube TV, I can flip to it pretty easily. But when it goes over to Peacock, then that's where I'm like, oh, got to pull out the phone. If I want to watch something while something else is going on, then yeah, that's.
So real ones know that it's delayed on YouTube TV, on Hulu, on whatever streaming service. If you're the rabbit ears, you're as up to date as anybody.
Oh, look at that.
So if you're watching the big noon kick this Saturday between Ohio State and Penn State, the earlier, if you're on your rabbit ears, you'll be earlier.
Why don't you watch the Big Ten Network?
Well, I do, but only until, 10 o'clock?
Oh, that's when you turn it off.
Yeah, that's when I'm
immediately get rid of it. At 10 o'clock on Saturdays, when you turn it off.
That's wrong.
That's the best way to do it.
What is this?
That's when we start.
Oh, well. Something just screams to me. Get off this channel.
Don't watch this. This is crap.
They're probably in East Lansing this week. Hammed up with Tom Izzo.
By the way, Reeser, how difficult or easy is it to surf when you're on the high seas, maybe on the pirate ship, as you're mighty looking for?
Is that a marijuana thing? What are you doing?
When you're looking,
I didn't know where you were going with that.
You know where some streams exist that maybe aren't fully. I'm just saying, is that can you flip on those?
No, I don't. In a different life, I might have, but now it's just gotten too difficult.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to Stream East. Of real ones know.
Stream East is gone.
Yeah.
It's gotten so difficult. It's gotten so difficult to do it that I just shell out the $14, $15 to get whatever. I mean, I bounce around. Like, at this point in my life, am responsible enough to have one thing 1 month and then cancel it and then pick it back up another month.
That's
and then
where they get you. You forget and leave it.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm not doing
To
it.
each their own.
I do that. I subscribe I subscribe to everything with my Apple account. You just go search subscriptions, and then you could just cancel it right there. It's easy.
Yeah. I do it with my Google account.
Or hypothetically speaking, you might know a guy that will get you everything you want.
I used to, but then they cracked down on HBO.
Yeah, see, some people are surfing the.
They really cracked down on
they
it.
kicked me out.
Dang.
Some people are riding the streams, and some people are surfing the pirate seas. Then Tyvis is over here in the Amazon, in the jungle, allegedly setting fires.
Oh, you gotta tell us you're a cop.
What's coming up on the show today, Reese?
Dom Taveri will join us for his Tuesday hit at 10:30. We'll have Jody Shelley on at 11:30. The Jackets look to stay hot on the road in Buffalo tonight. We'll do the NFL Blitz at 11 o'clock, The Real Truth at 10 o'clock. And I don't think Ohio State, with any of their sports, should be held up for anything.
I agree with you on that. I'm looking forward to hearing it. 3 hours, Bishop and Friends coming up next.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems. Find your local Bryant Heating and Cooling dealer at Bryant.com.
I saw this article because we're getting to the time, this weekend, Halloween coming up, Friday night. A lot of jack-o'-lanterns, a lot of pumpkins carved, all that type of stuff. Well, chefs apparently want you to know, don't just throw out your pumpkin. You can reuse it. Because you can bring it in and find other uses. You can chop up all the rind of the pumpkin and use that to make a variety of different stocks and sauces. And now, I don't know if you want to do that if it's been sitting out on your porch for 2 weeks getting moldy and mildewy, but all right, I guess you could theoretically do that. They also say you can cook the seeds and eat those, like sunflower seeds. They're pretty good. You can put, all that stuff in. Here's what we do. Where I live in Marysville,
throw them in the trash.
Well, there's that. Or we go to the fire station. And the fire station has the ladder, and they take the pumpkins up the ladder on the big fire truck and then drop them, and they explode everywhere.
You like that?
Yeah, we did. The kids, it's like a big highlight. They look forward to it.
A heavy metal guy like you, that doesn't shock me.
My 6-year-old is already, she's like, Daddy, when do we smash the pumpkins? I'm like, not until after you get your candy. That's how her timeline
We should get a fire truck out in the parking lot and have listeners come in and just throw them off the top.
Set that up. I'm not in charge. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, who's cleaning that up?
Yeah, have fun with that.
Good idea.
That's not me. But Bishop and Friends coming up next. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning to you. Well, if you're heading towards New Albany, a big heads up here. All lanes are officially closed on 161, that westbound direction, right at 310 because of a huge crash out there, really blocking the entire road this morning. Do know that first responders are on scene. If you want to make it still to New Albany this morning, take Worthington Road instead to get you closer to downtown this morning.